Dude, so what do we got today? We got some good stuff going on, huh?
Oh, yes. I'm happy to be back. Today's a fun one because there's so much going on, so many nutty things. We've got the conspiracy around the eclipse that's coming up, so we got to talk about this.
Well, yeah.
We've got these battles around these flood myths, and we want to dive into those. The Joe Rogan, Katt Williams interview was freaking explosive. Yeah. So we got all that.
We got a lot to talk about, yeah. And we got some Marvel updates. We also have this woman who went a little wild at her police precinct, but there might be another side to the story.
Okay.
So I say we just hop the hell in.
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Run that.
Face on. You like the end of Loki season 2?
Yeah.
Him with the green time. It sounds like something I would make up. It really does.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments. I was gonna say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods.
It's so funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm your host, Killer Cam, whatever you want to call me. And with me always is Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, as always.
So we promised the people a good show. Yeah. So I say we deliver. Can I just say something first?
Go on.
Just before we even jump into anything.
Do it.
Dude, Tuesdays. I get so excited for my Tuesdays.
It's fun.
So it's actually sort of crazy. I was thinking about it. We have a consistent day of the week that we plan for all week long, every single week. And we have to come through.
That's nice, right?
It's really nice.
It's also cool because it's kind of just me and you hanging out, and we get 100%. A bunch of our online friends now to join us and hang out with us and talk
and give us
join
cool
the conversation.
Ideas and concepts
and
teach us something. It's really cool.
It is cool. We have a really cool audience.
Who would have thought? Yeah. That we found these people on the corners of the internet, man, that found us, and they're like, "Oh, I look up this kind of stuff." A boom.
Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah,
yeah. So that's what happened.
We've talked about so much. Man.
I do want to hear. Oh, we have a fun news segment today too. Which I'm excited
good.
About.
We got the news. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But so you said solar eclipse conspiracy theory.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
What does that even mean? So those words shouldn't go together.
It's so wild. So I want to dive into that. That'll be the conspiracy corner for today. So if you want to do that now, we can.
Oh, I don't know.
We can jump right in. I was gonna tell you about these videos I was looking up with Norm Macdonald first, but I think maybe the people they want the conspiracies first.
I say we start conspiracy, then I want to hear about that.
Okay, yeah.
Let's start with the conspiracy stuff.
Let's do it.
What are you saying? We're jumping into fucking conspiracy corner.
Woo! Conspiracy corner. This is a conspiracy for the ages, and it truly is. So
okay.
So did you hear about the solar eclipse that's coming up on 4/8?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Right. So that just sounds like
daylight
solar
savings,
eclipse.
solar eclipse.
Yeah,
dude, I'm hip to this stuff.
There was one just 7 years ago, right? Yes.
Was it that long ago?
7 years. It was Trump.
It was less than.
It was Trump in office. Yeah,
that's right. 7 years ago.
Yeah.
7 beautiful years ago. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So it was 2017. So when you look at eclipses, they don't really mean much on their own.
I try not to because they say it's not the best of ideas.
Yes, physically you should not look at them.
I try not to.
You got to get the glasses. Yeah. So no, but if you look into eclipses as a sign in the Bible specifically, they say that the moon and the star or the moon and the sun were created as symbols from the heavens to speak to man and kind of give us of what's to come, like whether it's going to be bloodshed or sacrifice or tragedy or a great harvest.
Stuff. Yeah, maybe good stuff might happen too.
Right. So an eclipse on its own, not that big of a deal. But if you pair
a big deal,
it,
but yeah, not the biggest deal.
Not the biggest deal, right? Okay. We had once just 7 years ago.
Sure.
But there's a lot of chatter online right now about this one specifically because it happens to align with several biblical prophecies, and there are way too many coincidences. There's more than I can get into just in a conspiracy.
More
corner.
Coincidences?
Yes.
Than you can get into? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me, let's go.
Let's go back to the eclipse 7 years ago. And 7 is a huge day in the Bible, or a huge number in the Bible,
yeah,
right?
7's the holy number.
Very symbolic.
Yeah,
7 days the earth was created.
Yeah.
So
6 days. 6 days. He rested on the 7th.
On the 7th, right? So, but 7 is a big number.
It's the holy number, baby.
Yeah. So 7 years ago, the eclipse passed through 7 cities in the U.S. that were named Salem. Interesting. Just weird, right?
7, 7, 7.
Imagine that we have 7 Salems. I didn't even know that. But
wait. 7 cities named Salem.
in the United States.
That sounds like a tongue twister.
So the way that solar eclipses work is they pass over, right, as they move. So you have
it's
they
a
have
Jewish
pathway.
thing. Passover.
This is going to get to that actually. So that is
I know all of that.
part
That's
of it.
why I said it.
Yeah. So we have this as it moves across the because of the lunar and solar cycles and the spin of the Earth. There's a pathway that the solar eclipse creates across the country. So last eclipse 7 years ago, it went across 7 U.S. cities named Salem.
That's crazy.
Now it's going to go across 7 U.S. cities called Nineveh. And this is 7 years later. So if you
7 years later, it's going over 7 cities named
Nineveh. In our country, there are 7 cities named Nineveh.
What's the significance of Salem or Nineveh?
So Salem is Jerusalem. That's where that comes from.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, that's why it's named Salem. Okay, that makes sense. Jerusalem.
So
okay.
when this eclipse happened, people had prophesied 7 years of peace, which is what we got.
What do you mean when it happened?
So when the eclipse happened, and
7 years, just 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Who was prophesizing this?
A lot of religious scholars and people that look into this kind of stuff.
That makes sense. I guess.
Right. So they were posting videos. I remember this.
It was yoga instructors were really into it. No.
Yeah, but more biblical scholars, right? People that look for signs that match up with the Old Testament, New Testament.
Could you imagine that being your job? Looking for signs that match.
These guys do well. I'm pretty sure.
I haven't had a lick of work in fucking 7 years.
I think they do well.
Wait a minute. You hear about the solar eclipse? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people that
you think they do well?
I think they do well because they're like
giving
the
lectures at colleges
televangelists and stuff like that.
Oh, those guys do crazy
The radio
numbers.
show guys.
Those guys do
Yeah.
gangbusters.
Yeah,
those guys
YouTube
are insane.
shows.
Yeah.
Huge audience there.
Dude, I actually just saw.
Think how many Christians and.
I actually just saw one. Did I save the video? I think I have it. Never mind. I won't even tell you. I have a video I want to show you that's biblical and related to something funny. Anyway.
So that's timely.
So that's
today's
wild.
we're going to be talking about the Bible actually a lot.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Bible, but for Gen Zers, baby. Hold on. Where's this? The best sound effect of all time. Hold on. No. For Gen Zers, baby. All right, but go on.
I love this comment real quick that Given Life said. He goes, he's like, you don't know about me. I used to dream that I was a giant in the past, that I stood 15, 20 feet. That's awesome.
Enough said. There we go. I love how he started with another thing you don't know. It's like, there's a billion things I don't know. But did we say something like, did he already say, oh, something you don't know, and then another thing you don't know? I like how he sort of jumped into the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, I like that.
Chase with the donation, man. With donation. Right away, this episode is a banger. Keep it the fun coming.
So he's already into this theory, I think.
Yeah, so keep it coming.
Okay, so Nineveh. So we had Jerusalem, 7 Jerusalem.
What is Nineveh? That sounds familiar. What is this?
This is from the book of Jonah, the prophet Jonah. Okay. So God told Jonah, go to Nineveh and tell these people to repent.
The exact name Nineveh.
Yeah, and this solar eclipse is going to pass over 7 U.S. cities named Nineveh, right? As it passes, it'll also pass through a city named Rapture and a city named The Ark, of all things.
There's a city named The Ark?
The Ark, yes, and it's going to pass right past it.
Is it in Arizona? It sounds like
No. It's more closer to the East Coast. This is only going to touch
near
the
water? That would be dope.
It's not, actually. It's landlocked.
I like it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... okay, so 7 years ago, we had a lunar solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse. These are solars.
Solar eclipse that eclipsed 7 cities named Salem.
Yes.
7 cities named Salem. Okay, and then 7 years later, which is in 3 days.
The 8th of April. 4/8.
Which is in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Which is in a month.
Mm-hmm. A few weeks.
It's going to pass over 7 cities named Nineveh.
Yes.
What are the freaking odds?
What's the significance here? So people are reading
Tell
into
me the
this.
significance, dude.
There are a couple things. Now,
Tell
if
me
you
both.
look into the biblical significance of the date 4/8.
If I don't, but you just tell me instead.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
4/8, Exodus 4/8 specifically. It says I'm paraphrasing here, if they don't believe you by the first sign, they will by the second. So this will be the second solar eclipse, the second sign from the heavens, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Jonah was sent to Nineveh by God to tell them to repent, that God was going to, he told Jonah, I'm going to destroy their city. I'm going to wipe it off the face of the earth.
Wasn't Jonah's last name Vark?
No.
It wasn't Joan of Arc?
No, that's someone else.
Joan of Arc.
I know what you did.
Yeah, what I get. There we go. Let's get an applause.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
So people are looking at this as the second sign, and as it's passing over 7 Ninevehs, that is the prophet of Jonah and our time to repent. They're saying the folks
Rapture.
This is very. Like I said, there's more coincidences here to get into, but even when you look at the map and the solar eclipses, how they the pathways they took across the country, or they're going to take, it creates an X across our country, and even that is a biblical sign. It's a seal of protection, but also a seal of change. So there's that. And they're saying this is our time now. It's a sign from God that we need to be repenting. Jonah, it was 40 days, 40 nights. You have to repent. And the city did. And God spared their city. So a lot of these guys that are into this, it gives me a lot of Y2K vibes, this whole thing. But there are so many significant coincidences. There's legislation that was passed in 2017 during the first solar eclipse that have ramifications here. There are things that are going on in a certain war.
2017?
Yep, where the first eclipse took place. And there's a war overseas right now. You guys know which one I'm probably talking about that has significance as far as revelations. And these symbols are all starting to align with this, with these prophecies. It's
these
weird.
Symbols are aligning
it's
with
wild,
the prophecies,
man.
You're saying the prophecies might be coming to fruition.
I'm saying that there's more than one sign when you look at this. There are like 40 different things you could point to.
Yeah. Okay,
right?
So what do you think this is saying? You're saying this is going to happen? This is prophetic?
No, so every generation thinks that they're the end times, right? This has been happening. I think
everyone except the people in the 70s, they were just chilling.
No, there's always every generation. They're always like, this is the end times.
60s?
It's this, Jesus is coming back, or there's going to be another flood,
or Jesus never came, and the Messiah is coming soon.
And then that's the significance of the rapture, how it's passing past a city named Rapture, and the ark is when God saw that mankind had grown to evil.
Yeah.
He created a great flood. That's the deluge, right? And we're going to be getting into that story today, and other stories like it from around the world. So if everybody tells the same story around the world, it's probably because it happened, right? But how many times?
Sounds like Joe Rogan.
So let's get into it. Yeah.
If everybody is saying the same thing.
So we'll get into that later. But I want to know what you think. Just with the few coincidences I've told you, the crossing of the pathways, a lot of people think this represents division in our country, possible civil war. Right. That's not good. Some people think it means protection, but also great change.
Wear a latex so you don't get that late text that I'm late text. Yeah, I get it. Okay, go on. You don't know what that is? You don't know who that is? That's Little Weezy. That's Wayne.
No, I don't.
Isn't that clever though?
Yeah, it's very Tupac.
It's very Tupac.
Yeah.
I guess it's very
realize tell real
latex.
lies. Remember that thing? That's the best. Do you you realize that real
you just talked about
real
that.
lies?
That's funny. Dude,
geez.
actually, can we fucking give it up for what's the band? Tonight I feel ambitious and so does
Everlast?
That's not the name of the band at all.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. That's not Everlast. Everlast is that shitty rap band.
Everclear.
No.
Yeah, it is.
I promise you, it's not. It's from Can't Hardly Wait. Tonight I feel. They
It's
also sing
Everclear,
the
bro.
I will swallow my pride.
Yeah, isn't that Everclear?
No.
It is. It's. I'm telling. Man,
Yeah, please look it up.
it's ever something. I swear.
It's not ever anything.
It is. If it's not ever, or Everlast was a rapper, right?
Yeah. Dude, it's
Everclear.
Stir of Echoes. What's it called?
I will buy you a new life, wonderful father
No, that's
of
not
mine.
Everclear. Look up the song.
What's that song called?
Drive. What's that one?
Open Road song.
Open Road song.
Yeah.
Eve 6.
This is my open.
Eve 6.
Everlast.
Eve 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
where I
Anyway,
was getting
point is that took way too long. Point is,
What?
they
Took
do
3 seconds.
I know, but they do a thing where they say,
Yeah, why are we talking about them?
Yeah, because they do this clever thing where they say, it's no, I'm so focused on Eve 6. It was the open road. Oh, as I feel, I roll down the window as I. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The line I'm referring to.
Maybe.
I feel the cold air fill my every pore as I pour my poor heart out. Yeah, so clever using pour 3 different ways.
It's cool. I like when
You get it. Sorry, that took fucking 2 hours.
I didn't know that's where
as
you're
a
going
tangent.
with
Yeah,
it. I didn't know that.
But pour. Clever. That's my point. Anyway,
we got a lot in the chat about this. So you guys,
Go on,
are you
talk.
interested in this? I want to know what you think about the solar eclipse. Let's see what we have.
so you asked me a question.
Given Life thinks he was a werewolf as a
But go with
kid
that.
and a giant in the past.
All right.
So the giants were the children of the Watchers that had, kids with
You're giving
human
life to
women.
this theory? Okay.
Yeah, no, there were, there's.
No, I want you to keep
There
going. I
are
wanna hear it.
biblical references that
I
are
want to.
tied
I want to hear how given life is potentially a.
Does that mean that witches and warlocks are going to come back? I'll actually answer that. So where did witchcraft come from? It was supposedly from the Book of Enoch. We're talking flood myth today. We're talking biblical references and prophecies according to this.
Then we got to talk
we gotta
some
talk
Book of
about some
Enoch,
this.
baby.
Yeah. Book of Enoch, which was prevalent in the Noah movie. They used a lot from the Book of Enoch to make that film.
Banger.
Such a good movie. Witchcraft and
Wizardry.
Exactly. Was actually taught to female women, human women, by the fallen angels, the Watchers. That was something that God punished them for.
The keeper
Was they were teaching women, spells and witchcraft. So that's interesting. So we're kind of all in the same vein here. We've got Tina Zarega with the clapping. And then D Livewire, I think everyone should get right with God, don't you? We have Given Life saying that he reads a lot.
Chase Mack, I'm a highly read,
He was born Christian, became a Muslim, became 5% now, and he's an Islamic man.
Self-Lord Master.
So he's knowledgeable in several different religious.
I am a god just like you. What's going
Text,
on?
yeah,
Is this
so-
eclipse going to enlighten us and not the evil stuff? But that's what they're talking about.
Well, so what happened with Nineveh? Jonah warned them. They repented and they were saved.
Repent.
And Jonah was mad about that. I remember reading.
dude.
He was like, "I knew you were going to let them off the hook."
He has such a little tude, that fucking Jonah, bro.
Dude, I mean, his
always
story is
said-
all about his reluctance and attitude, and he even defies God at first. That's how he gets in the whale's belly, and he's there for 3 days, and that's supposed to represent like the 3 days that Jesus before the resurrection. There's all kinds of that. Obviously, later on, they kind of
Obviously.
because that's New Testament,
Of course.
But it's just interesting. There's so many of these stories mirror other stories from
Okay,
a lot.
so
further
again,
back.
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Do you think that this means this is prophetic and this is all going to happen, that the Messiah is coming? Or do you think this is just some crazy coincidences? What do you think? What do you think? What does it all mean?
I think that with how much divisiveness there is right now, and how much war there is, division, how much division there is. I think it's never a bad time to be good to other people and to be kind and to remember that we're all human.
Well, I think
that's
if you
important.
only don't kill and pillage, I know pillaging is not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But if you only don't do horrible
important.
things because you're like, well, I sort of do want to go to heaven, so I guess I won't murder, then you're you're gone.
Not doing horrible things is great, but doing good things is even better.
Doing horrible things and getting away with it. I'm kidding.
No
of
one
course,
ever.
yeah.
According to this stuff, no one ever gets away with it.
Yeah.
Right. You
Karmic
always-
justice, baby.
One of my favorite lines in the song is
As I put my poor heart out.
yeah. No, he goes, he tells his son, he goes, don't steal. He's like, he told me not to steal because people that steal or something for nothing leaves you hell to pay. I think that's pretty amazing.
Or like a
of
girl's
line.
rib tattoo. If you're gonna steal precious moments. If you're gonna lie,
That's like
lie
a
with the
stupid
one
toast.
you love.
It's not a girl's tattoo. Yeah.
You think girls don't have that tattooed on their side? Of course
I've
they do.
never seen
Just
that.
like that every girl has this either
No,
on
isn't
their
that from
wall.
like that's from like so many movies. They've used that toast.
Every girl has this either on their wall and in cool cursive, or they have it on their side on their ribs in cool cursive, and it's the line from Hitch.
You're talking about the chorus of this song. You've heard this song that I just referenced, because that's the chorus of the song is a clever way of saying all the different sins that he commits, but turning
No.
them into positives. Oh,
No.
that's funny.
That is funny.
Because that's not what I was saying.
Yeah.
The line was nothing like what you're talking about.
Yeah, how did I get here?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. You're
Where
talking,
am I?
The chorus of the song is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
but
it works.
no, every girl has the hitch line. It says
Every girl.
every single girl on God's green earth.
So I've never seen it once, but every girl's got it. Go ahead.
You did. I'll tell you the girls after the
No,
pod.
a girl has a tattoo of if you're gonna
No, it's
steal my heart.
yeah, no,
come on.
Yeah, I'm sure
It's a
plenty
whole
do.
paragraph.
Two girls that we knew that lived together had this on their wall. It was the line from Hitch saying,
From Hitch? You
Yeah,
got
remember?
a Hitch tattoo?
"It wasn't not tattoo. There's on their
Okay,
wall."
good. Okay. I
but
thought
it's
you said
now
tattoo on their side.
Yeah, you're making me forget what it was. She does have scripture on her side or something. Or some
Scripture's
kind of
okay,
thing.
that's
Maybe not
different.
scripture. It's whatever. It's some on her side.
If you
But,
lie,
what's the
with
line
me.
from Hitch? The that famous one that everybody quotes.
I
that
don't
can't think
know, man. A line from Hitch? No one quotes
Bro,
Hitch.
it's literally the most like quotable. When I say it, you'll
Give
be
me
like, "Oh, I didn't even
Benadryl."
know that was from quote." Yeah, give me Benadryl. That's a line in it.
That's the only thing I remember in the movie is him drinking all that Benadryl because he gets like
That's
the-
all you remember from that great movie.
Yeah.
It's ready. We'll find it.
Kevin James is a genius.
Never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie on the arms on you. It's literally what I fucking said. That's funny. But
It's in that
another
movie
one.
too. Then, so
Yeah.
this is in like every film.
But there's another one. It's the moments that take your breath away, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's just,
You know that line,
it's
whatever.
like-
Fuck.
it's corny.
Anyway, dude, can I tell you about a woman?
no, because you haven't answered my question. What do you think?
3. The answer is 3.
What do you think about this? I just gave little bits of information.
I asked
you asked
you.
me, and I answered. I said I think it's never a bad idea to do good.
That's not an
if
answer.
you're religious, it's never.
I said, do you think this is a
bad
realistic,
time to
prophetic
pray.
thing that's actually going to happen? You said, hey, you should be a good guy.
How do no? Yeah, because that's my answer. I don't know. There's so
Hey, your answer's I
there's
don't know
so
that.
many prophecies and there's so many coincidences here that it's hard to ignore it. It's hard to pretend that there's 7 cities named Nineveh. Like, come on, we've 7 Salems.
Why are there
7
even
years
7 cities
apart?
named Nineveh?
Exactly. Like that's wacky to me. I didn't even know that until this.
7 cities named Salem.
So what is that about? And I mean, if you really look at it, and the sacred symbol that it creates from the Old Testament, and with everything that's going on with a certain war overseas, you can't say that there's not a lot here. So yeah.
So what does it mean though? There's a lot there. It's coincidence central or what?
Well, that's what I want to know, because you're on the outside of this. You just learned about it in this moment. I've had plenty of time to think about it. I want to know what you think with just the information the audience is.
So you've had plenty of time to think about it, and
Yeah.
the brilliant conclusion you've come to is
do
I
the
think
right
people
thing.
should be good.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. I think it's
glad you put a
probably
lot of
time
thought
for
into it.
that.
All right.
Wow. Take it.
people should be good
Take
in
from that as you
general.
will. Read into my words, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Or just spell it out. Okay, either way. So for me, I'm saying, yeah, man, I don't know. It just sounds like a bunch of coincidences.
Right. It's like very
Could be cool.
Y2K,
Yeah.
right? There's some this because there's a lot of revelations here. There's a lot of there. I mean, like I said, there's so many symbols we can go to.
I hope it is just all coincidences. I don't want this to be the end of the world. I don't want the beginning of civil wars. I don't want the Messiah coming and killing us all or judging us all. Because I haven't really been up on my taxes lately.
Every
Tanner.
generation,
I don't know.
every generation, right? They all think that the world's going to end.
So we're just another one of them.
So the year 1500, that's like it started. I mean, I think from there, that's like one of the most famous points in history where even the Catholic Church was kind of like, we need to address this because in the Bible it says like the half time after the time of the fall of the Lord.
Time after time.
So that 1500 years, they took that as meaning a millennium and a half. So in the year 1500, the church actually broke down the wall where Jesus had entered Jerusalem, and they made a whole show of it because people were so afraid that the world was going to end. I'm just saying everybody thinks the world's going to end
I know
because
that,
it
yeah.
has
I
several
agree with you.
times.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, there's precedent.
Everyone's been wrong.
No, but some of them were right. I think the world's been reset a few times. And
Oh,
you're
okay.
just that unlucky
Nobody
generation.
in these past centuries have been close to being right.
Nope, it's been a long time.
You're saying every decade. I'm saying
We're the
thousands of
children
years, no one's
of
been
this last attempt at wiping us off the planet. So we're the descendants of the people that made it.
Right. We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what? Yeah, you believe it? End of times?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either.
Yeah.
So cool. So, but let's hope it's not real, right?
Yeah, I agree. I would hope that, and just
It's a lot
like
of
Nineveh had
coincidences.
40 days, 40 nights, and they saved themselves. It's never too late, like what I'm saying, to do good. Maybe make sure you
Kiss your
help an
kids
old
at night.
lady
Anyway.
to the car or whatever you got to do.
Anyway.
Just do
Worst
some
answer.
good.
Worst answer.
Do some good.
Do some good. Boring. So speaking of doing some good, there's this
Mayan
woman.
calendar prediction. That's a good one.
Yeah. There's this woman, Jared. I need to tell you about this lady who she did a public service.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually a public servant, so it makes sense she would do public services. So she serviced more than a few servicemen.
Okay. What does that mean?
She sexual favors to coworkers.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's
that's,
this woman, police officer,
And
and
she's a cop and she got caught.
she has sexual relations.
You figure if anybody would know how to get away with something, it would be like a law enforcement officer.
I've noticed
They should be the best at it.
via the internet.
Yeah.
Cops are the worst criminals.
No, not the worst criminals. You can't
no.
say that.
They're-
No, you
they're
mean
real
when
bad.
there
real
are
bad.
cops that are criminals, they're really
They're
bad.
real bad. They're real
Yes,
bad.
I agree because they're supposed to
Dude,
be
I
doing
saw
the
this guy
opposite.
trying to plant drugs, and he just went to his squad car with his camera filming, picked up the drugs.
I've seen that. That is wild.
dude,
that
and
they-
it's so blatant.
How-
and literally,
how-
here's what he does.
How dare you?
Here's what he does. Say this is a big old bag of drugs.
This person's life is ruined
because
if you do
you're a
this to
scummy
them.
piece of shit. You pulled them over, you harassed them, and once you found nothing in there, you planted something.
Right.
You're the scum of the earth. You
That
should be
is
hung
so
by your tiny
bad.
little fucking wiener in the town square. You piece of shit.
No, that is so.
That's horrible.
Beyond.
Thank
Yeah.
God the body cam was on. And
You're
they
gonna
fucking
take
found
away
him.
someone's
so, look,
life.
say this is a big old thing of drugs, okay?
Yeah.
But like futuristic drugs, like in every movie where they're always eye
Droplets,
drops.
always.
Yeah, in
every
fucking movie.
film.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're always.
Because that's the only thing they haven't we can't.
Yeah.
Everyone
we did
does it every other one.
intravenous. We did smoking. we
Even
did snorting.
up the asshole.
How
like
else?
Every
yeah.
other
what
way
other?
we've done
What,
already. It's
what
true.
other holes do we have?
Yeah.
Ear. That's not sexy.
No, you got to
You
be.
can't
able
have
to-
a girl junkie, all sexy, and being like
In my
I guess
ear,
I'll
yeah.
do it. Or no, yeah, ear.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it.
No.
You know, but that's so. That's
It's always
hot,
eye
like the-
drops. Yeah. Like Code 8. Code 8's they sell the
Code 8.
the.
Judge Dredd. No, that's the slow mo.
Yeah, that's funny.
That shit was sick though.
Um,
Looper.
Yeah, there you go. Looper's got it. There's another one.
So 2 movies. Good.
no,
good job.
there's
Good
another
job.
one. I just can't remember what
Yeah,
it is.
no, there's a bunch.
Total Recall.
That's it. That's
Total
what it was.
Recall. The new Total Recall, not the old one.
Yeah, that
The
is
new Colin
exactly
Farrell
what it
one.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking right.
Yeah,
Droppers.
Yep.
Minority
Drop
Report.
heads. Drop heads.
Minority Report.
Yeah, another one. So there's
Okay,
several.
so we're right on the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So this is the drugs. Here's what he does. Ready? He puts it. And he goes, "I found drugs."
Dick. Yeah.
You piece of.
That you're gonna take someone's life away with that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you're doing.
Cool, yeah.
And what did they do to you?
Yeah.
Like that's so evil.
They
That's like
they
evil.
talked back.
That's
when,
like a doctor that
when they
hurts
were-
patients.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
What did he do wrong? To answer your question though.
Yeah.
What did the person do wrong?
Speeding, ran a
Is
stop sign.
no, is when they were harassed, they were like, "Hey, I have rights," and the
Yeah.
guy's like, "Oh, you dumb motherfucker."
Oh, now you
shouldn't
really
have
made
done
me
it.
mad.
Now, yeah,
Oh,
now
that's
you
so
pissed me off
dirty,
because
dude.
I'm a petty little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for every like 1,000 good cops, there's probably at least one of those, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the majority. I just don't. I'm not one of those people.
No, I don't either. It's
Yeah.
funny that they use the term though, a few bad apples, because the whole term is a few bad apples spoil
The entire bunch. It's
nest or some
true.
shit like
It's
that.
no, that's true. If you have
Yeah,
a
so don't use that
corrupt
term.
department, you have to weed out the bad ones.
Yeah.
And that's any movie about police corruption proves that.
Every movie
Yeah.
about police corruption.
Yeah, there's a lot of 21 Bridges. Have you seen that?
21 Jump Street. You mean?
He looks so sick and it's so sad
does
to
what?
watch. Black Panther.
Is it Bozeman? Oh, okay, yeah. What
You
is
can
it?
tell towards the like in certain scenes he is so skinny and little, and he's like even the way he's talking, you could tell he's like fighting to. Yeah, it sucks.
He's dying
was hiding
slowly of
it.
fucking
Yeah.
colon cancer, so he can't be like, I'm gonna go do my chemo today or nothing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just like, ugh.
He looks
Poor
sick.
guy. Yeah, man. And even when we watch like some of the Black Panther stuff back, you're like, he's in great shape, but like I told you the story, Ryan Coogler was like, yeah, he took like a long time warming up. Like after we did a scene in the water, I'm like, what the fuck is taking you so long, bro? Let's get back in it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no, just one more minute. Poor guy's dying. Anyway, so this
Yeah.
cop, God bless her, BJ's in the gym, in the precinct, she's banging these guys, left, right, and center.
Like several of them.
Eiffel Tower.
What's the
brother.
point of
Eiffel
that?
Tower.
Yeah. So why?
Yeah, and she was married.
Yeah.
She had a husband. And
Great.
so, dude, so this one was just wild. First of all,
Yeah.
everyone thought she was in an open relationship once they found out like she was married. Like, oh, it must be an open relationship. Then there was a party.
So like she's so outward with
Yeah, exactly.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
She's
there.
She's not trying to hide it.
Yeah. So
What the fuck?
yeah. So at one time, her husband, she's throwing like a barbecue. Her husband comes up stairs and see his wife making out with the wife of another cadet or whatever you call them. These people, police officers.
That's like the gateway drug.
For sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
She was already,
starts just kissing other girls, then it turns into full-on adultery.
She was already into it. Yeah. No, she was already fully adulterated. At this point.
This was just cherry on top.
This is the best part of the story. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Woman on woman.
It's why I don't know why it makes me think of the teachers, like the female teachers that sleep with the male
best,
students.
Dude. I mean,
and,
it's horrible, but
there's this funny joke, and I can't remember who tells it, but they say like, one of those poor kids that she slept with died. He got high-fived to death.
Yeah. Genius. Because yeah.
That's so good.
It's crazy. And dude, and I always think, and this may sound terrible.
Well,
I know. I always think the kids who come out, the boys.
Yeah.
It's boys who come out and they're like, yeah, no, because she's older than me, it's for sure statutory. It's horrible.
Right.
It's like, no, bro, you had the time of your life. Unless it was really a terrible situation, but I just can't see it.
Yeah, it's different.
It is different. Like, your penis does to get hard. You have to be turned on.
Especially like boys in high school. That is like your most where you are the
most masochistic,
like predatory, as far as like you just want to experience this.
Dude, no.
Bad, right?
I don't think women will never understand.
So it's hard to look at
the
them
hormones of a teenage boy.
Right, yeah. It's hard to look at those in a sexual way, like teenage boys as being victims instead of the predator in these situations.
Because all they do is sexualize everything. They see a couch.
Exactly.
They're like, dude, the couch, it sort of looks like some tits.
That's it, dude. It's exactly the hormones.
And they're just like, what can I stick
genetics.
my penis in? I spent hours as a teenager thinking, what could I stick my penis in?
Dude, people used to only live till they were like 30. So by the time you like go through puberty, you are supposed to start having kids, like genetically, like it's in our DNA. So we are like,
Have you ever done the vacuum? I never did the vacuum.
No, that sounds dirty. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it seemed too dirty.
Don't people die from that or like lose their parts? Yeah, like, you can have real serious problems from stuff like that.
Don't use a fucking industrial vac at the goddamn.
No, I mean they're like home calls.
Car wash.
There's like several horror
use
stories.
a Dyson and get a little.
No, there's so many horror stories, dude. About that happening. Yeah,
I just remember from a scary movie. He was doing it, and apparently.
But he didn't actually do it. It's a movie.
No. He did.
He did it yeah. That's one of the
and everyone's
stories.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's one of the backstories they talk about in the behind the scenes.
That's funny.
Like, the guy who played fucking Doofy,
he was doing it all the time.
Yeah. He said he was preparing for the scene even after we shot the scene. It was weird.
He kept preparing for weeks after.
Yeah. The thumb in his ass was new. Anyway, I don't know why you went there. You didn't have to go there. It was good enough. So, Jared, I say... let me finish up about this crazy woman, then we jump into the news. How's this?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so, dude, this
What's
woman.
the moral of the story here? So she got caught.
Check it out.
Is there like?
So she's there.
Why was it on the news?
She's banging.
Why do we know about it? It just sounds like a local.
Yeah, right. Why do we know?
Why do we know?
She's banging her chief.
Okay.
She's banging multiple men in the precinct. Multiple men, right?
Okay.
And then it comes out. Her husband's like, "Oh no, I stand by her." It's like, okay. And then. You hear the stories. So a lot of people lied. Police officers lying during an investigation. Not a great look.
What investigation?
Into
why is there an investigation here?
Because they were banging on the property in the precinct.
So that's where the story is that there was sexual activity within, like while they were on
multiple
the job.
Cops banging. Yeah,
while they're working.
So
and they're civil servants.
So taxpayers are
okay.
Yeah,
that's the story. Okay.
Paying for them to bang.
Because I'm like, how do we even know about this? Like, why would this hit the news?
But check it out. Like So
drama.
Mrs. Downey. So Anyway, so we have no, I'm watching it, but we have this girl saying, okay, yeah, I did that stuff. But it was under duress and it was forced.
Oh, that's even worse now.
That's what's coming out now.
So now it's a whole thing.
It's a whole.
That's a different.
They've all been fired. everyone's lost their job.
Okay, well that's fair.
Yeah.
You kind of
Well,
shouldn't be
you can't be
screwing
banging
on property.
Yeah, I know. Anywhere else, you would be fired, right?
Yeah, adultery is. Can you still charge people with that? I'm sure, right? You can sue people for that. You can dissolve marriages for it. It is illegal.
You can dissolve marriages. Well, you could do like annulments if somebody's cheating on you.
Also, so what was the crime? Seduction. Have you heard of this?
That's a great crime name.
That's a crime, right?
If, like I have a rap sheet and a girl, like, oh my God, what happened?
That's what
The crime of seduction, baby.
the king of the Rat Pack, the guy.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra was charged with seduction as a
Charged with seduction on you. That'd be great. That'd be a good song.
Because what it was, the charge is if you convinced a woman to sleep with you under the pretense of getting married, that was considered seduction, and that was illegal.
Oh, I'd be in jail.
Yeah, so you weren't allowed to do that. You couldn't say, yes, we'll get married if you do this, and then not follow through. They could charge you for that.
You say it like in jest, in passing. Oh my! If you did that, I'd fucking marry you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, you got to do what you got to do."
Yep. Nope. He did time for that. That's where that famous photo of him getting arrested is from. It's from.
Les said, "What are you in for? Seduction."
Yeah, it's exactly
the best.
No, you would say murder.
yeah.
That's what you would say.
Multiple murders.
Yeah.
Did you hook it up to this?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the mother freaking.
Uh-oh.
Not that.
There he is. Hello, sir.
Man on the ground. There we are.
Good evening. This is the Man on the Ground reporting to you live from beautiful downtown Burbank.
Let's go.
Thank you, sir.
So, Les, we're talking cops being rotten. We're talking Noah.
Conspiracy theories, solar eclipses, biblical prophecy.
But what are you talking about?
We're running the gambit.
Let's go.
It's all very interesting. And by the way, I would love to be arrested for seduction.
I know.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
best.
that's a good one.
Unfortunately, they couldn't hold me. Insufficient evidence.
There you go. That deserves one of these right here. Okay.
Anyhow,
what are we talking about?
completely unrelated to the wonderful stuff you guys are talking about.
Please.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd talk about something that's always been sort of fascinating to me. And I hope maybe to you guys and the people
We'll see.
listening.
I'll be the judge.
So I want to talk a minute about fiction and lying.
Jared's wheelhouse. Oops.
All right. So I'm going to take a minute.
I'm like a total historical fucking
Nerd.
No, you know what I mean? Like
Nerd.
get into nonfiction. But fine.
Nonfiction. That's right. He's nonfiction. This is fiction.
Yeah.
So I want you to go back in time and, think of how words were developed, right? It was identifying objects.
I do.
Things,
I think about
right?
this a lot, actually.
Right.
I'm sure.
And its functionality is to explain actions, to protect yourself. Oh, this bad. Oh, that good. Oh, and then at some point along the way, someone figured out that you can use those same words and just describe things that weren't done or never happened.
Yeah. Like the invention of lying, like that movie. That's a good movie.
Exactly. That was a perfect example. Yeah. And actually back as I remember from college, ancient Greeks at first, there was a lot of issue with some of the stories that were written back then or being told because they said, well, but if it's not true, why does it matter? Right. They didn't understand the concept of fiction.
Sure.
That makes sense.
So fiction, it actually traces its roots back.
So
again,
I
to
beat
the
up
Greek poets.
50 guys and banged 1,000 girls that week, man. What? Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, congratulations.
I believe
exhausted.
every word.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't know how you did all that. Tell me logistically how it worked out.
But so going back a little history here, in ancient times, the Greek poets like Homer and Aesop, they wrote, remember Aesop's fables, created these stories of fiction.
Yeah.
They would tell them orally, and then eventually they found their way into written form. Matter of fact, kind of relating kind of the fiction and lying, it was Plato who had the concept, I don't know if you ever read The Republic, of the great lie, the noble lie, they called it.
What is the noble lie?
So this was a lie that, he had invented this great republic that required to have, different hierarchies of leadership. And in order to support that, he thought it was okay to tell lies to the
Sure. Little white lies. Little
fibs
baby
to
lies.
the citizens.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I always thought it was interesting that, Plato, back when he was coming up with the idea for the great civilization, the republic, and its society, he suggested to get the best and the brightest together, and their children would run the society. And how you would do that is you would throw parties. You would invite
Wow,
the
you know,
smartest
yeah,
and
America really took that to heart.
Right,
Bohemian Grove, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, we hear a lot of. I mean,
it was
what's that
kind of
movie? The Shining
the
director.
Skulls. Stanley
Which one was
Kubrick.
that?
Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah.
Eyes Wide
that's
Shut.
creepy shit.
It's
But
creepy.
it was like an early version of genetic planning, right? They didn't know about
Yeah.
genes, but they knew, hey, they weren't stupid. You bring the best together, and then the children are going to have.
Yeah, my
decent
son will be
advantages.
king, and he's a fit young man. Your daughter is a woman, so there we are.
Yeah.
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 And if you know, so they divided them into the warriors and into the leaders, and anyway, it was, and they taught them all the arts, you know, music and science and whatever. And if they excelled in fighting, they were the guardians. If they excelled in music or arts,
This
they
makes sense.
Anyway,
Right.
so that was the noble lie. But then, interestingly, and you see how these things take a turn. It was in the 1170s that the first straightforward work of fiction was written in England. And it's so interesting, and you can imagine what it was about. It was in England, although it was written by a Frenchman. It's about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
King
No
Arthur.
way. That was the first one.
My name is King Arthur.
That's the first work of fiction. It was fiction. Chrétien de Troyes wrote the first
Freudian
acknowledged-
slip. First work of friction.
Have you ever heard the history behind the first author was most likely a woman? They believe that the first ever author, like credited author of any type of book,
like King Arthur.
was a Sumerian woman.
King Arthur.
It's a Sumerian woman.
That makes sense to me.
It does
Yeah,
to
it
me
makes
too.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what? Real quick, side tangent, super quick. Some guy,
Yeah.
he's a total like red pill movement type of guy, right? So he's totally into the manosphere type of thing. And he was telling me how women aren't smart and they don't listen to statistics.
Such a weird thing.
So you know what I hit him with?
Because they're a woman?
Yeah, they don't listen
doesn't
to
make
they don't like statistics.
What's the argument there?
Well, so he was talking about specifically this OnlyFans model who was on this show with this like guy who's a great debater.
That's
and he like
his,
tore her down.
his control group?
Yeah. That's his control group. It's literally OnlyFans models. I'm dead serious. Though.
Yeah.
So when I said statistics. I'm like, so it's like a statistic about what? And he said how many households have families that whoop-de-woo. Like if you grow up in a single parent household, that's worse than this, that, and the third. I'm like, so I hit him with this. I thought that's pretty clever, and it might be complete bullshit. It's not, but I said, do you have a therapist? He said, no. I said, when I say a therapist, what do you think of? He's like a brunette or blonde lady. I'm like, a woman, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and I said to him, is it fair to say that most, probably the majority of like therapists and like psychoanalysts are women? And he said, yeah, I'd say that's fair. I said, okay. So when they do these studies, like single parent households, this probably comes from like therapists and people in that kind of work,
majors, social
right?
workers, of course,
which is women. So I'm like, you're literally saying women are the ones who I'm saying women are the ones who come up with these statistics that you're saying they don't like.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm like, you sound dumb. And he's
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't make sense.
Interesting.
isn't that interesting? Miss Michael Domino, Princess, hey, there she is. Haven't seen you in a while. I don't know why I did that. Let's do this.
I mean, I would have just told him that statistically he was incorrect.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Damn it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I went into a whole
Yeah.
thing. I should have just hit him
Well,
with that thing.
statistics show
It
that
was-
a percentage of young men think women are lying.
Yeah, because that's good.
So kind of tracking back, like I was saying, the whole idea back then, even when that first fiction book came out in the 1170s.
Oh, it sucks.
A
It's
lot of
fiction. Are
people
you
didn't-
sure? I would love that to be true. The King Arthur story?
No. The first book of fiction came out, he's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
which
was
was the
first,
Arthur story.
It was the first straightforward,
I don't like
complete
that. I
work
want
of
it to be
fiction.
real.
Oh, you want Arthur to be
I want
real.
King Arthur, and I want them to
that's
all
what
be
you're
real.
Well,
I
no,
want
it
the
doesn't mean
Arthur
that the
myth.
story wasn't real. His book might have taken some license. You know?
Of course, yeah, based on
I
true
don't know about
events.
Excalibur and the
Lady
but
in the
they take like,
Water.
and
Maybe?
understand that back then even there was
Well, we're
as
getting
much as the elites loved it and they consumed it and it became very popular. Most people were like, I don't understand. The whole thing is a lie. I don't
why
get
would
it.
I?
Yeah, why would
exactly.
I,
How is this
yeah.
helping me? Yeah.
This
How
Why
is
am
this
I reading
helping-
that?
Yeah, hypothetical nonsense.
Yeah.
Why would I care?
This isn't
How
history.
does
This
that help
doesn't
me
teach
bring
us
in the
anything.
cattle?
Yeah.
Explain this to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. How do we feed ourselves?
How do I mow the? How do we feed ourselves with this story?
With this information,
Anyway, so interesting. But
Knowledge
we've come
is
a long
power.
way.
It's cool.
We've come a long way, and that brings me to lying.
The invention
Lying
of
is fascinating, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, lying is fascinating.
It is.
So,
weird.
a little
I don't
background
really believe
that you
it
guys
is.
are all very familiar with. There's a few different forms of lying. It's a very complex behavior. So there's outright statements, just direct falsehoods.
I'm 25 feet tall.
Yeah.
Omissions, where you leave things out. Yes, I still have a penis.
Yes, I still have both balls.
Yeah.
Denial.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yes, I
refusing
still
to
have both
acknowledge the
balls.
truth. That's not true. I've never refused to acknowledge the truth, ever. Anyway.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
All right. Exaggeration, of course, about you're 25 feet tall.
Yes, yeah.
And just fabrication, just an entirely fictional narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and again, this is fascinating to me. I don't know if it is to you, but the reasons they've divided, what the different reasons that people lie. And number one, to avoid consequences.
Yes. The Departed. Remember
Think
they say that in
about no,
Departed?
just think about any period of time.
Keep everything on an even keel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But remember in The Departed, she says, she says, everybody lies. I think they do it to keep it everything on an even, keel. To, you lie so that it doesn't become a big thing. So
Yeah, sometimes it's to make someone feel better. Sometimes, it could be small.
No, baby, you look great.
Okay, so I'll list the reasons for you. So,
Okay.
The documented reasons: avoid hurt consequences, for personal gain, to protect others, to control situations, to maintain self-image, or on the outside is just the compulsive liar. There's just no reason. They just lie all the time.
Yeah,
about
that's what
everything.
compulsive. That'd be sad to have to just the first thing you say is just like nonsense every time, but then you have to follow it up with more nonsense. No.
Well, when I won the lottery, someone said something just like that. And it was obnoxious.
It's funny.
But I won't name his name, but he's a compulsive liar, and it's so fun because
You've talked about him before.
yeah. And it's just like, wait, this is
He was like a stunt man in a movie and something. Yeah.
like this is provably incorrect. Like I can quickly prove this is bullshit. Like that, right? You're just praying that no one looks into anything you're saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The
It's
internet.
so bizarre.
bizarre. But so
And Cameron,
please.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Jeff.
please, no. I have nothing to say.
Well, what's
So,
worse,
Cameron, I know you've touched on
lie
this
that draws a
before, and
smile or a truth that draws a tear?
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Very
What
good.
movie is that? Come on, guys.
What did you say?
What's really worse, a lie that draws a smile or a truth that draws a tear? It was a major moment in this film.
I have no idea. What is it? I have no idea.
Danny?
No, but I kind of see where your head's at. No, that's not a
No,
bad
he was
guess.
making a silly guess. I don't think it's head.
No, it's pretty. That's funny. It's interesting.
Okay.
Let's
So
see.
The main character of the story is a child.
It's Amelia Bedelia. What's that girl's name? The little one who
yes.
gets locked in the closet.
Matilda.
You've got it. He's got
Matilda.
it.
Matilda.
Yeah, it is. It is
I
her.
actually got it.
She plays that. She's the actress in it.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
What movie is it? It's
How
not the
many
movie Matilda,
degrees
though.
of bacon?
It's
are
not
you doing?
Matilda?
It's Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay, no
when
one
he's
cares about
giving
Oh,
the lawyer
of
at
course
the
it
end.
is. That's right. Yeah.
About Santa being real or not. He has to prove that this is the actual Santa.
Dermot Mulroney's
Yeah.
brother, Dermot Mulroney. No, I always call him Dermot Mulroney. What's his name? Dylan
Dylan, yeah, he's
I
great.
swear they're the same person. They just don't know it.
He was so good in American Horror Story. But yeah, and keep going. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a good quote.
So you were saying
You know,
something to me.
little baby Natalie Wood had her start in the original Miracle on 34th
Yeah.
Street. She was
Oh,
a
yeah,
adorable
that's
little
right.
girl.
That's right.
Anyway,
So you were saying Cameron. something
Sad what
about
happened to
me.
her.
so I was saying, Cameron, I know you've gotten into this before, but when regardless of the reason that people lie, there's something that goes on internally, and they actually show signs, and there's tells for people who lie.
Yes.
I know you're familiar with them. You pointed that out before.
Yes.
So
Duper's
some of the
Delight.
tells,
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
there's facial cues, like liars either stare at you or they look away at crucial moments,
Mhm.
or their mouth, they purse their lips or roll their lips back.
Mhm.
There's a lot of body language. Liars typically fidget in their seats, or they exhibit like grooming behaviors.
What do you want
like,
from me, man?
What was
What
the
do you
name
want?
on the stand?
Yeah.
Touching her hair all the time with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Amelia Bedelia.
Every movie's
Amelia
nothing.
Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia's never
Well,
been in
come
a movie.
on. What's her name? Aquaman.
I can't remember.
Jason Momoa. What the fuck are we talking
Drive
about?
Angry.
The one you talk
girl.
about, the Johnny Depp trial. He said.
Oh, Amber
Heard.
Heard's
Okay.
crazy bitch.
Amelia
Amber
Bedelia is
Heard.
close.
So say some indications of lying is grooming behaviors like play with your hair, touching your lips,
Yeah, covering your
or
mouth. Yeah.
changing your pitch in your voice, or clearing your throat, or very common. I love this one. Repeating questions right before you
Did
answer.
did I kill her?
Why do you do that? Well,
Yeah.
I killed her. Did
I kill her?
Are you confessing?
Yeah.
That's the best.
Did I kill her?
The gloves don't fit.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's it's so easy to look like you don't fit into a glove. Just make your hand the wrong shape.
Yeah, there's a million ways.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Nope. Nope. But there's something called
And gloves aren't tailor-made for you, right? There's
I know,
medium
right?
and large.
Yeah.
And
I have shoes that don't fit great, and I'd be
Yeah,
like,
you still
"Say
wear
you
them."
don't want my shoes?"
Yeah. My
I could
gloves are
lie.
kinda
I
big.
could commit crimes left, right, and center, dude. So, yeah.
I did meet OJ once and introduced me. I thought for a second if I should shake his hand, and I did. I said I'd never shaken a murderer's hand before. So
You don't
my
know that.
gosh.
You don't know that.
Alleged.
No. You
He wrote the
don't. No,
book.
he's definitely
He said I
murdered.
did it.
You just
I
don't
mean,
know.
Come on. How far
We
how
proved
far
it on the show.
Yeah.
I think.
We basically proved it.
Yeah,
But
we have
you
an
don't
episode
know
about that.
if you've shaken a man's hand or a woman's hand who was a murderer and you just didn't know.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's
I might
like
have shaken
fucking
others
Unbreakable,
before.
baby. Like you shake their hand, and you see the crime they commit, stealing
Yeah.
the jewelry, right?
What a crazy power.
It's a crazy.
What a great
power.
movie. The
It's a
third one where
fantastic
they
film.
all fight. Mr. Glass has them all fight. It's so cool. Yeah.
They call me Mr. Glass.
It was that psycho that would change all his personalities and he could
Split,
turn to the
yeah.
animal.
Oh,
and
yeah, he was good. Very
The
good.
Beast,
It's true.
the
He
Beast
was,
or whatever.
The
yeah.
Beast, yeah.
What was that movie called?
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Bizarre.
Glass.
Mr. Glass.
Split and
It's
then
called
Glass?
Yeah, Glass. I
Split?
think.
No, Split, I think, was
Split's the
other
one with him
maybe
alone. No, Split is the
Yeah.
one with him alone.
Glass
James
picks up
McAvoy.
with him being
Glass
caught.
is all of them.
Yeah.
Unbreakable. It's all of them.
How about Split Unbreakable Glass? I think that's what it was called.
Oh, that's cool.
Unbreakably splitting glass. Anyway, so that's great. I love it. Real quick, there's something
Anyway,
lying.
I just my whole thing about this. I've been fascinated with liars. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how they boldface lie. I don't know how people create these things and think nobody notices. I find it embarrassing, and I've always strived to tell the truth and be honest. So it's a little it's
Me
interesting and
too.
fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Duper's delight. Real quick, Duper's delight is when somebody smiles after telling a lie, even if they're trying not to get caught or whatever. They do it because
I hate that one because
it's
like I
something-
do that inherently and I'm like, oh my God, I look so guilty right now. But it's just because I know I look guilty. I can't help it. But
Yeah, dude, I hate when I'm not guilty,
always
but I
smile.
feel like I'm
Right, you
being
get a
pressed, so I
you
feel guilty.
Yeah,
like,
and you
like
do
something
like a,
that nothing even close to anything I've ever done. They're like, "Hey, did you touch my thing in the microwave?" It's like, no,
yeah, I know, yeah.
and it's like I'm lying. Yeah,
You start doing like the smile and stuff. Like, no, I really
no,
didn't.
seriously,
I
I
just
did.
look.
Why
guilty
would
as
I
fuck.
touch your muffin?
Yeah.
I never said it was a muffin.
I must say, one of my favorite lines from the latest Top Gun movie is, "What's that face?" He goes, "It's the only one I got."
Yeah,
I love that movie.
yeah, no, you just
Dude,
kinda
I
like-
just sent Cameron the other day. I was like, just watch this because it's so good again. The scene where he runs the course.
yeah.
And he's like, we don't have you on the course for today. He goes, oh, I'm going anyway. Set it for 2:15. I was like, it's just the best scene ever. And you
was
see
good.
like the physicality of flying one of those jets. It's just so
Yeah.
amazing. No movie ever shows that. Like how hard it is to really
Well, because he's
work
actually
those
flying.
things.
That's why. Because most movies they're on a
But dude, the
soundstage like this.
G-forces, yeah, it looks like it's easy to fly. It's
Because they're on
not.
sound stages.
It's so
He's
much
actually in a
work.
fucking aircraft.
Yeah.
Bro.
Jamming as
Yeah.
he's turning hard.
And then
like
when he
the
turns, look-
inversions and
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's tough.
G-forces. It's so cool they show that.
G-Force. That's going to be my name. The name of my rap group.
There's so many of
I like
those. There's
it.
even a movie called G-Force about guinea pigs.
It's big. Yeah, guinea pigs.
Is it an old girl group?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Girl power, girl force. But I love it. So lying, the
Anyway,
invention of lying.
harmony.
So I would be lying if I didn't say that I did have some jokes about lying.
Oh, this is gonna be.
I basically quoted him perfect. Let's
It's
hear
gonna
it.
be good. There's got to be good liar jokes.
Yeah,
Well, they're okay. Not great, but there's a couple of things.
he's lying because they're amazing.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I was like, he
Okay.
picked bad jokes. That doesn't make sense.
no lying.
So a 60-year-old billionaire walks into a bar with his gorgeous 25-year-old wife, and his friend says, "How did she marry you?" And the billionaire says, "I lied about my age." And the friend said, "What do you say? You were 40, 45?" He said, "No, I said I was 90."
That's great.
That's genius.
Yeah, that's great.
Dude, real quick, because that reminds me of a great joke. When they were roasting Howard Stern, they go, everywhere Howard goes, he carries around a picture of Beth in his wallet. And everywhere Beth goes, she carries around a picture of Howard's wallet.
Genius.
That's great.
Who said that?
It was the king of roasts. What's his name?
Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
course
Jeff
he
Ross. That's pretty funny.
He killed it. That's so good.
Yeah, he's genius.
Yeah.
All right, what we got? Joke us.
So they're at the cemetery, and this kid says to his dad, he says, "Dad, can they put two people in the same grave?" And the dad says, "I don't think so, son. Why?" He says, "Because that headset over there says, 'Here lies a lawyer and an honest man.'"
That's great.
All right. Well, I got a call from the school today, and they said, "I'm sorry to tell you, but your son has been telling lies." And I said, "Well, he must be really good at it because I don't have kids."
That's brilliant.
That is
Let
good.
me just end here with a quote from Mark Twain, who said, "If you tell
Lying
the
is
truth,
the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off.
That's Twain.
No, Mark Twain said, "If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything."
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that nice? That's why the Bob Lazar
the
story is
tangled webs
interesting.
we weave.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much to keep a story, especially that fantastical,
Just too
straight.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people think he's telling the truth because the story's
Come
never
on,
changed over 30 freaking years. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Les, good freaking stuff, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Great call in, great joke. That was amazing.
Good
Always a
topics.
pleasure.
We can't thank you enough.
Listen to the rest of the show. Good night, guys. Thanks.
Good night. Thank you so much, man on the ground.
Signing off from Beautiful Bird.
Signing off from Beautiful Bird, man.
From a solar eclipse. Sorry, satellites are down. This may be the end.
And if it is,
This may be the end of all things.
may God have mercy on all our
Repent
souls.
now.
Yeah.
Rapture is upon us. It's super
The
dark.
worst news.
Yeah.
I wish I was at home
Oh,
with
wait,
my
never
wife
mind.
and
Everything's
children.
fine.
Yeah. I wish I was at home with my wife and children right now, but I'm here to give you the news.
We've decided, and they're always disheveled, and like you could tell they haven't showered. They
have
We've decided we're going to stay on and
Yeah.
do the news to the end.
their ties all like
Yeah.
undone and shit, and they're
no
unbuttoned
makeup because they're all gone. They went home.
it. Yeah.
That's how. Yeah.
We're still here. We're
Yeah.
still broadcasting. The aliens are at our
We're
door.
sticking with you until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the end. But so, dude, I got some more stuff. I got some updates from Marvel.
Yep,
But,
yep.
I want to hear,
Dude, we had so much going on in the chat during that.
Yeah, we got to read the chat, and then
So a couple things.
we have a picture with Noah, and we're talking about
Dude, a couple
the
things,
Battle
yeah.
of Noah's Ark, man. What
During the
fuck?
news, Les brought up Excalibur. We're going to be talking about something today that has to do with the Noah's Ark story, which is a huge battle, which is depicted in the movie Noah. So we're going to get there.
Yeah.
And the sword of Methuselah, or the sword of Enoch, as it's
That old
known.
chestnut,
We're going to get into
baby.
that. Very Excalibur-esque. And then we have a lot of people making a bunch of jokes in the chat, but it seems like they had fun with this news topic, so that's cool.
I remember that live story.
So yeah, we
lies. I know a
got
girl who
the-
lies so much because she always has to me too or one up the other person. I hate that. It's like, oh yeah, no, we actually we went to Disneyland for the summer. Oh, I went to Disneyland last weekend. I went to Six Flags and we had VIP passes. It's like, all right, you one up and piece of shit. I hate people like that.
yeah, that is frustrating.
I know.
Yeah, or like the whole. I mean, that's kind of the culture now, right? With Instagram and stuff like that. It's
all
just
it
to
is.
post
That's all it is.
stuff to try to make other people feel like you're
Look
doing
how dope
all
I
these
am.
great things. Yeah,
Not only did
That's the
I get
culture.
it's just my life.
That's
I take a
one-uppers.
picture from a skyscraper, and then I'm at fucking Burning Man, and then I'm at Coachella, and now I'm here just enjoying a fucking margarita at the. It's like, all right, we get it.
yeah,
But really, your life sucks. And
That's-
you're miserable.
that's
and you
what it
cry
is.
yourself to sleep every night.
yeah. It's exactly. It's,
Yeah,
it's
being
just
single's the
one-up.
best.
Yeah.
We get it, sweetheart. We get it. But so yeah, tell us about the Book of Enoch. No, I'm serious. Whatever it is.
No, so Noah's Ark, the Battle of Noah's Ark. So I
The
saw
Battle
the movie,
of Noah's Ark.
Yeah, right. Interesting. So I watched the movie Noah. This is a Darren Aronofsky film with a star-studded cast.
I have his email address.
That's weird.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What for?
I got it from an because when I was really into film, I
Yeah.
was gonna email him a screenplay when I was finished.
Oh, that'd have been cool. Yeah. Well, it's changed by now.
I don't think it has because it has his production thing in the thing. So
Okay.
I don't think you would change
Maybe.
that.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Just
Anyway, so yeah. So what's he said? You got something on your shirt.
who?
It might be me because I had a wet spot on there
No,
earlier.
you're good. But who gives a fuck?
I was just wondering. Oh, it's a lie. Damn it. He got me.
Got you good.
Got me good. I actually
Stupid.
checked. Damn it.
Stupid. Look how
So-
dumb you look now.
In the movie, there were a few cool things he did. So, he made it, he used the Book of Enoch a lot because a lot of the information that's in this movie is not from the original Noah flood myth, or flood story from the Bible. The reason I say flood myth is because it's become a worldwide phenomenon that every culture around the world has a flood story.
If every culture is saying the same thing, baby, then that means it must be true.
Let's talk about this too, real quick, before we get into it. So, one of the reasons we're doing this topic right now is because Joe Rogan and Katt Williams just did an interview together, and it was an interesting one. So, Katt Williams said in an interview like a month ago, Joe Rogan would never have me on his show. Like, I'm the biggest, one of the biggest comedians in the world. Yeah,
on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp.
but of course, he's not going to have me on. And Joe was
There's
like,
no way
love
Joe
to have
Rogan
you.
wants me on his podcast. He has 6 comedians that were never funny.
I love that. Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah. He only wants to push.
Never
Yeah.
been funny.
Yeah. But there's some good ones. Shane Gillis is great.
No, dude.
He's one of those.
But they're
Rogan
not
comedians.
Katt Williams.
No, like Tom.
My
the
God,
ones they're
Katt
talking about, I
Williams?
think Burt Kreischer, Tom Segura. Tom Segura's a little funny.
Yeah,
I
but
think
none of
he's
them
talking
are
about
Katt
them.
Williams.
Mark Normand, I think is.
How could you
funny.
claim to be a comic and create a haven for comics and have comedians on your show every week and never have Katt Williams on your show?
Dan Soder.
When he's we know he's available, right? So Katt Williams,
The Dan Soder interview afterward was even great, where they talked about the Katt Williams.
They
stuff.
did, yeah. Katt calls him out. Joe says, I would love to have you on the show. And then it happens. Very rare that a turnaround is that quick.
Yeah.
And it was weird tension at first when the podcast starts, because there's this whole background here.
Yeah.
And and you don't know what they're going to talk about. What do they spend 3 hours talking about in that show?
Yeah.
What do they talk
The
about?
Book of Enoch. No, they talk about all that old timey stuff.
It's all about the flood myths and the story of creation,
the Younger Dryas theory,
the Garden of Eden, and the ancient astronaut theory.
Here's what Katt did that killed me.
Yeah.
First of all, he talked at a snail's pace.
Yeah, he was funny with that.
So, but he would start a
He's
thought
got a
that you
great
thought was
way.
brilliant, and then he would just like let it go. He'd be like, well, they weren't built by humans at all. And he'd be like,
What were they
mean?"
built by?
Well, I've looked into this, and
I've read 80 books a day since I was 6 years old.
it's incredible.
There you go. Yeah,
It's like,
there were a few of those,
Yeah.
a few hangers where you're like, damn, I thought he was really going to drop a gem there. But he did have a good knowledge on the subject. He did know. We've talked Thoth on the show recently.
they call him Thoth.
I know. I hate that. It's not how you say it.
How do we know
You don't.
it's Thoth?
You don't. Honestly, it's just what would make sense based on the grammar of the people at the time.
Thoth.
And again, this is a language never heard by human ears. Anyone that's alive, anyway. Thoth feels better, but yeah, it could be Thoth.
Thoth sounds better and feels better.
Yeah.
Thoth sounds horrible, and I hate saying it.
Exactly. It's a horrible word. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel good. But I think that probably is how it was said.
We'll never know. It's dead
I know.
languages, right? They've been gone forever.
I love how Given Life wrote it out as if we know which pronunciation he's using. It's like, no, idiots, Thoth or Thoth. Like, we don't know.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's great.
No emphases anywhere. Nothing. Yeah.
I have the book of Thoth.
Cool. Yeah. And the Emerald Tablets. And we've talked about that on the show. But how surprised were you that they spent the entire podcast talking about ancient civilizations and creations and the beginning of mankind? That was all they talked about.
The T is silent. Hoth.
The H is silent.
Thought. It's either thought or Hoth. So I don't
T
think
is
the T is
silent.
on. I think the H is silent.
Yeah.
Hoth. But you were saying.
How interesting is it? I mean, were you expecting that at all? That
No.
that they were going to spend the entire time talking
Here's what
about
I was
that?
expecting.
Yeah.
Not a damn word I said was false.
The Illuminati.
Yeah. He said, "I'm the Illuminati." Like he was.
That was
they
my
weren't
favorite.
getting each
That
other.
was the
Yeah.
beginning. Right at the beginning, he says that.
Yeah.
He goes, "I know you're not the Illuminati because I am."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Wait, what?"
You made him real Southern.
Yeah.
Because I am a mint julep.
Yeah,
She
isn't
said
he?
mint julep.
Doesn't he have that kind of?
No, I'm sure that Southern twang.
Yeah, he does. And you know that none of us are involved with that.
Southern twang.
But he did. He has
like
the
Matthew McConaughey,
Sumerian Anunnaki watches as a big chain, like the clock.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Isn't that
That's how
cool?
you know he's into that shit.
He's so into it.
Dude, James Marsden, the guy who played Cyclops, did a great impression of Matthew McConaughey, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Katt Williams.
Speaking
I'm
of
like,
Southern
what?
twang, and because he's like, you got to do that Texas accent, and he starts doing it. And he's
Yeah.
like, and you got to add that.
What movie were they in?
I don't know if they were.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
But
just
I'm sure they were. But he's like, then you got to add that ass.
So-
that ass. And then, but here's his thing that he says. He's like, you come back to my 241. I don't even know what he's saying. It's rich people speak. But he's like, you come back to my 241. I'll make you a margarita.
Rich people speak.
Yeah, make you a margarita. That'll knock your horns off.
Horns
It was so
off.
good.
That's
Yeah, the way he
genius.
did it. I'm not doing it justice with
Yeah.
the voice, but knock your horns off.
Okay, so I love that. I wish we could do impressions all day, but we're going to talk about Noah's Ark.
That's a good
We're
segue
going
to make
Noah's
me
Ark.
feel good.
No,
Put that to bed.
No, I just
and move on.
I think we got it because we're running out of time.
we're not.
So that's why we're talking about this, is because recently they did this episode where they talked just about the old flood myths and how
Yeah.
everywhere around the world, if they're all saying the same thing, how could it be crazy?
Yeah.
And I loved Katt Williams' point where he goes, no
credit?
one's taking credit for anything.
Yeah.
No one says, I'm the guy that figured this
I
out.
built the Ark of the Covenant, or I fucking
I
whatever.
figured out how to do
no single
none
person.
of that.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
all say
yeah.
someone came from the stars and taught us how to do that.
I'm the guy who I was the architect for the pyramids.
Nope.
Like no one said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Jonah.
How do we
Jonah
learn
Vark.
architecture and agriculture? The people from the stars taught us.
No.
And if one
Gary-
person says
Gary
that,
did it.
that's fine. But if every culture says that, then you have to start looking at it seriously. And that was his point.
Yeah.
And Joe agreed. So it was fun to listen to this
Oh, it
conversation.
was so fun. So
Yeah.
real quick, Princess said, "I love your guys' impressions."
Yeah, I know. That's what I was being honest when I was like, we could do impressions all day because we do them. But I do want to get to this because we
wanna hear it
promised it. So when I watched the Noah movie, there were a few things I loved about it.
Go.
One thing was they had Colin Farrell play a young Methuselah, right? And this is the grandfather of Noah, right? Son of Enoch, who wrote the book of Enoch, right? That's who it's about. Enoch had something called the Sword of Enoch. And with it, he was able to slay. It had God's name on one side,
And
which
he also-
gave it the power to slay 1,000 demons. Cool, right? Just cool shit. Like Excalibur.
It had
So,
what on the side? That
God's name. It had one of his names etched on the blade, so he could use it to slay demons. In the movie,
Jehovah spelt with a G, or what is it?
with an I in the Latin alphabet. Yeah,
it Jehovah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
spells with an I.
J.
Yeah, because this is Old
dies.
Testament stuff. So son of Enoch, Methuselah, played by Colin Farrell, he has his father's sword, and he's protecting the Watchers, the fallen angels.
Yeah.
And he takes it, and when he
So
puts it in
dope.
the ground, it creates a wave of fire.
I swear you don't see his face,
Brilliant.
but I swear it was like this.
Yeah, like what? Like he
The way he did it, we
he
talked
throws
about
it
that.
so
It's so
like
fucking dope. Like, man, you think this, I give a fuck?
Dude, it was in the scene. It's like 1,000 soldiers running at him.
Set it up
and
lay
that's
it out for him, Jay.
So
lay
this
it
is
out.
the difference. This is the change Aronofsky it did because he wrote the script.
All right,
is
say that
instead of
sentence
slaying, so instead of slaying 1,000 demons like the Book of Enoch says with his sword, he slays 1,000 men with it. And the way he does it in the movie, the men are the demons, right? Like the evil in man,
Which is brilliant.
And they're killing the Watchers, the fallen angels. The only one who protected them, according to the film, is Methuselah, who uses the sword and throws it in the ground, creating a
How
wave
does
of
he-
fire.
yeah, and takes them all out.
A whole
How does he
army
throw
at
it, though?
once.
Do it. How does he
Yeah,
throw
he
it?
tosses it like what? Like literally just pulls it and what? And
Throws
that
it into the
just-
ground.
It's a wave of fire, like something out of a
just takes them all out.
yeah, like a
It's
mage
biblical
move.
shit, baby.
It
Yeah.
is. It's sick. So did that really exist? Like this is a supposed artifact. This is the kind of stuff that the the German army would have been looking
Maybe
for.
we should get Les back on the line for fiction and lying.
Right? No, this is the German army would have been looking for something like this. These are the artifacts they were after.
Zafir, such as the
yes,
desert for trinkets.
Exactly. So this is one of those cool artifacts that could have immense power. But the way Aronofsky changed it from demons to him slaying 1,000 warriors that were trying to kill the Watchers. Also, he had a license with the Watchers. So the Watchers were fallen angels that come to Earth. They were to watch over man, but
Hence their
instead
name.
they come to Earth and interfere. And they weren't allowed to ever come back to the heavens, and they were cursed for interfering. Okay. In the Book of Enoch, the way they interfere is by just hooking up with a bunch of chicks. Like that's why they
Let's
came.
go.
Right, that's why they came. Was to have a bunch of kids with human women.
That's how they
coveted
came.
human women. How weird. So, and if you look at this from a different perspective, if you like the Sumerian story that came thousands of years before Jesus was even born, if you like the Sumerian story or before even the Old Testament was written,
Then you're gonna love me. Oh shit!
if you like the Sumerian stuff, we know that the creators of man, as far as their account, is
Wait,
the
if you
Anunnaki.
said if you like the what?
I don't remember.
If you like
now.
the Sumerian stuff?
Yeah, if you like the Sumerian stories, there you go. Yeah, so their account, the Sumerians, is that the Anunnaki helped create man, right? That they are the creator, and these were gods. But even these gods had to answer to a higher power, which I always found interesting. So technology is kind of makes you a god, right? If you have this advanced technology
Kang
beyond
the Conqueror, bitches.
anything that anyone's ever even seen before,
Kang the Conqueror.
you would look like a god. They were
Do you
able
get my
to
reference, sir? Kang the
Yeah, he
Conqueror.
had high technology. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
but yeah, you gotta know that.
But you said
you
it.
gotta acknowledge it.
No, I don't. Yeah, you said it. I get it.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge it though, because
In what way? Like what-
yeah, no, exactly, Kang.
It's not exact. How is that even a good likeness or comparison?
You're saying you're basically a god if you have technology.
Well, no one worshipped
That's
him as
literally
a god.
his whole.
No, I'm talking
What?
unseen tech. Nobody worshipped him as a god.
Do you know nothing of the story of Kang?
Maybe you're talking about the other version, the one that went to Egypt.
The one that went to Egypt. It's Kang. He just went back in time to be.
Well, isn't it
god.
a different? No, it's Ramatut, right? And they had him play as a separate from Kang Tun. Yeah, or from
Kang Tun? You don't know
Kang-
what you're talking
Kang
about.
Tut.
That proved you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right.
We got to move on.
whatever. Yeah, that's why I didn't go.
No,
with
yeah,
it-
no,
with
yeah,
it.
no. Yeah, he goes back in time and basically becomes a
With his with his higher technology. So that's the Sumerian story,
So
right?
it's a
Is
one-to-one
that-
comparison.
Imagine,
so don't shit on my comparison.
Well, no. So I'm saying if
one-to-one.
fallen angels were able to have children with human women, that means that when the whole story of God making us in His likeness, if the Anunnaki are the gods of the Sumerians and they created what the Sumerians say they created them
Okay.
in their image, that they were able to breed, they were able to have children, so they were a lot more like us than. I mean, obviously, if they could have children with us.
Logan, she's like you, very much like you.
Well, something interesting about the story of
What movie?
Noah is that they're all 900 years old. If you read the book, like Methuselah is like 968 years old. Noah lives to be like a 900 years old. It's
Yeah, so they're not human beings.
Exactly. So
or are they given immortality?
I was wondering, and exactly. So when I watched the movie, great movie. I love the different licenses he took.
Yeah.
But where I really wanted to go with this was, let's talk about this flood myth that every culture has. Is this one story or is this multiple different
Several.
accounts? Yeah. Right. We know the Younger Dryas theory, right? That's 11,800 years ago. A comet impact could have created a worldwide flood that would have reset civilization. Is that the same account as this one, or was there a further story? Because there are. The Anunnaki were like 300,000 years ago. So this is when supposedly they came here.
Okay.
And when they reset civilization, it was way before the Sumerians. They were telling an ancient story when they were talking about this history, right?
It was ancient to them then.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So holy shit. How many times has this happened? There's stories of Greeks traveling through, to war and finding abandoned cities that were magnificent and without a single soul in them. And it had been abandoned for thousands of years.
Who had these stories?
Ancient Greeks would write accounts of while they
said,
were marching, they'd
"Dude,
find empty cities, massive,
We saw massive cities
With pyramids.
empty. So what does that mean?
that they were abandoned thousands of years
Why?
before they even saw them.
Why?
There's
Why
historic
abandon a perfect fucking civilization?
there's historic accounts of, and usually they always end up with God's fury. Somehow God struck those cities down, killed everybody in them. So that could be plague. That could be an event like a flood. The Sumerians believed, and they knew it, that there was a flood that wiped out humanity, and they felt that they were on the cutting edge of mankind. They knew they were all that was left.
The Sumerians tried to make sure that they, for sure, were waterproof, were flood proof.
Think about that. They truly, they wanted their history to be so preserved that they wrote in stone. They didn't use parchment or anything that they had the ability to do. They knew that in order to be preserved throughout the ages, you would have to etch everything in stone. That from a little kid writing to his mom
Straight
from school,
he'd
everything was
be
etched in
like,
cuneiform stone.
Mom, can I have my iPad? And she'd be like, no, baby.
Pretty
you gotta
much,
write on
right?
this.
Little stuff that they said to each other.
But
it was on stone.
I just want it just to remind myself of something. I really like my iPad.
That's how we know so much.
Write it on stone.
Yeah. So civilizations before them, if they weren't using the stone method, Sumerians knew about the flood. Maybe the generations before them didn't.
But the
think to
few
do
things that they did write, like civilizations in general, on stone are preserved.
I love it. Like Göbekli Tepe. So that's around the time of one of these floods.
Dude, what was that place that they fucking talked about? Katt Williams and Joe Rogan, they talked about. It's called the Resek.
Where was it?
Resek Circle. It was those concentric circles.
Atlantis. The Rashad structure? Yeah.
Rashad Evans.
The Rashad structure.
Rashad structure.
Yeah, in Africa.
Yeah, on the coast, on the coast, near the coastline of Africa. What the fuck?
So that's one of the supposed sites of Atlantis. It has salt
flooding
from the ocean.
It has evidence of flooding,
massive flooding. Yeah,
because there's salt fucking left behind.
Atlantis was the capital. It wasn't the entire civilization. It was just the capital of a global civilization. So that makes sense that could be it.
So it's like the Washington D.C. of the America.
Exactly. Yeah. And there were city-states all over. There was one in Egypt. There was one in China. There was one in Australia.
Huh?
Yeah, there was one. It's weird, right? South Africa. So they had them everywhere, and we find pyramids everywhere all over the globe. They're just slowly unearthed.
So
some we don't have access to.
Noah is the son of Methuselah.
Yeah. Who's 900 years old.
Methuselah is almost 1,000 years old.
Right. So let's combine the tales. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Go on.
Let's combine the tales. So let's look at this from a different perspective. If the Sumerians were right and people came from the stars and they saw a beautiful planet that was so unique that they couldn't let life end here, right? Yeah. And there is a massive weather event or an impact. What kind of technology would it take to not just survive it, but to go around collecting all flora and fauna that you can in order to preserve it? Flora and fauna that you can, megafauna even, and human beings to make sure that they can continue on. You would need a ship, which is the Ark, and that would need to be a badass ship, right? Yeah. It would also need to be fast. You'd have to get from place to place. Animals from all over the world.
Very buoyant.
I probably flew. I'm thinking it flew.
Yeah, no, I know.
And if you're living 900 years, you're not human. That's not a human person. Nobody lives 900 years. And these stories, these guys did. Methuselah
especially back then, they lived till 22. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was we might be talking
13,
about inhuman
midlife crisis.
If you take the Bible at face value, how could that be possible that a human person would live that long?
I don't take that.
Imagine the grandson of this 900-year-old person is the one that has a ship that can go around collecting. And how would you'd have to put them in sort of a sleep state. You would need that kind of technology so the animals aren't eating each other and it's not all anarchy. Because that's the thing,
you can't feed them, so they have to be in like cryo sleep.
Yeah, so you got to cryogenically put them to sleep. How cool is that?
If you have 2 rats and 2 lions or hyenas,
they're going to eat each other. It just is what it is.
Well, they're not going to eat each other.
In the movie,
the hyenas are going to eat the rats.
In the movie, they
eat each other.
At the same time.
Rats eating hyenas. It's like, why am I letting you do this?
Oh, okay. So hold on. Let's look at this chat real quick.
Let's go. The home of Atlantis.
The Jade Tablets. Okay. The home of Atlantis. The Rashad structure.
The Jade Tablets is the Emerald Tablet.
How did a wave just hit that part of Africa? It didn't. So it would have gone, it would have rolled over the earth. Yeah. And you see the direction that it's going through in the dirt, you can see these huge huge lines made from water erosion.
Straight up.
Yeah, it's
Straight
crazy.
up. And
there's
we
salt,
have a
sea
video
salt.
about dating the Sphinx back.
Yeah.
And we'll actually put the link right here so you guys can check that out.
Civilizations reset, and they find old structures and they build them back up, and they take on the, you don't have to start from scratch.
But
That's
the Sphinx
great.
might be older than we thought, and it might have been not a human face to begin with. But the link's right there, guys, so enjoy that.
Yeah, so 900-year-old people don't
Yeah,
sound human. They
not
have
real,
technology. They're able to go fly around the whole world, save every animal from every corner, and put them all to sleep for a certain period of time, find the only landmass above this flood, and reset everything.
So we get it. So here's the question, my
Yeah.
man. So check it out. Are you saying that Noah's Ark is a true story? Just the facts are a little scribbled because there's so much metaphor in the Bible, so that it was.
I don't know if it's metaphor or if it's just based on geography.
Misunderstanding, or
Well, I think it's geography and based on your religious beliefs.
Sure.
You would kind of turn the story to that, right?
sure.
That's why everybody calls Thoth something different, even though
Hermes,
he's all
Thoth,
exactly.
Thoth.
Even though he's always the same guy. Even Quetzalcoatl in South America, that's what they called him. But he's the same guy. It's a guy that shows up that's bigger and has this technology they've never seen and teaches them agriculture and architecture and then has them build all the same stuff. Every single one. They're all building pyramids. They're all building the same structures in the same way, using the same techniques.
Yeah.
We see the asymmetrical stonework where you can't slide a sheet of paper between these
it's wild.
100-ton stones. He taught them things. And in the Bible, it was the watchers that taught man these things.
The keepers.
The watchers were fallen angels, people from the heavens. The Bible's saying the same story.
Yeah.
From their religious belief and from their time period, these verbal histories are handed
but
down.
here's what I'm asking you is, so do you think that Noah's Ark is a true story, but it was just like a spaceship that literally had every animal? And before you answer that, I want to say a quick anecdote. There's a character in the DC comics, okay? He's called Brainiac. And he believes, like our trinkets on Earth, like gold and stuff, he thinks things are more valuable when they're more rare.
Of course.
So what he does is he'll take entire planets and he'll suck up their information. And then he doesn't just leave, he destroys the planets.
Okay.
Because information is more
valuable when it's rare,
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we know there was an empire that did that, the Roman Empire.
Roman.
That's what they did, yeah.
Straight up.
They'd wipe out civilizations, taking all of the information they had, everything
And
they
adopting it. They're like, mine now mine. But but now, after that anecdote, I just think,
so I will answer that
Information is
question.
rare.
I do believe this had happened. I think it's happened several times. And I think
Noah's Ark has happened several times. It just wasn't Noah.
No, I
before
think
it was someone else.
I think the flood has happened several times, but I think the story of the ark is the original story of these 900-year-old people that had high technology.
The floods happened prior to Noah's Ark.
Oh, yeah.
Noah's Ark was the last flood.
Yeah, this is like a retelling of the story, right? These verbal histories handed down, and then they change it to fit their beliefs.
Wait. So you're saying this is one story that's been changed? No, you're saying this is the most recent flood, the only one that we have record of.
No, I think they're combining the recent flood with the story that happened thousands of years before that. So I think the Noah's Ark
flood.
I think there's been several. So we have a few different pieces of evidence here.
Okay.
We've
and then
got
read GL's comments because he's going on.
So we've got we have cultures that date to different periods of time. Okay. Totally different periods of time that we're preparing for these types of events. We have underground cities preparing for something falling from the sky.
Yeah.
And we have cities, and then we have stories about arks saving us from floods. So different areas around the world were scared of these things happening again, and we're preparing for it. So it had either happened several times and all of the stories are combined. And then as the years go on, whatever the most prominent religion is, takes that story and kind of makes it their own. But it did happen. You can't have every civilization saying it and not believe that it happened. Yeah. So we know it did. I think the Ark story speaks to technology, a technology that all the animals come to you. Yes, divine intervention. It's a beautiful interpretation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
The movie's
if it's true.
a beautiful
It's
interpretation.
a beautiful interpretation. Just the Noah story in the Bible. Wow. Like to take this story, even if it, let's say it didn't happen and they were reforming the story for their religious purposes, they did it in such a beautiful way. All the animals coming to them and him safeguarding them. They did it
because collecting the animals would be impossible.
It's impossible. And so it had to be divine intervention.
It has to be divine intervention.
Yeah.
Intervention. Also, you do need to cryo sleep or something. Like you can't have them awake. You can't. So
yeah, exactly.
That speaks to higher technology.
There's a
which
technology
speaks
there.
to,
Yeah. Even building something that could withstand
I like it,
global
dude.
devastation. Yeah.
I like it.
Technology. Technology can make you a god. Did you know there's a small tribe that worships the United States Air Force or Army? Have you heard of this? So during Vietnam, there's a small tribe on this island where our troops went just for a short period of time. And
where they still think the war's going on? Those guys?
No. It's a tribe that never saw people. Like those you're not allowed to go talk to them. It was one of those. So they've never seen other people before. We roll up with planes and spam in a can.
They're like, you
and
guys.
USA patches.
You fucking guys.
No, they did. They thought we were. They thought we were gods. Our soldiers were gods.
Yeah.
Food, meat in a can. So what they started doing was using paints to write USA on their arms and on their bodies. They used sticks to rebuild model airplanes and technology that we had. And they pray to our military as gods. They're praying for the day that they return to them, that the gods come back and give them spam again. Like this is their religion. We're not allowed to interact with them because they've built a whole religion and theology around our soldiers. They thought they were actual gods. Just like in the movie Stargate, when the soldiers show up and they're like, whoa, you guys are,
fellas.
You're something special. You have these things that we like the guns and things that we couldn't even imagine. There's an actual tribe that worships our military right now. That we're not allowed to interact with because of the theological shock. If we were to come back.
Theological, yeah. Let me ask you this, and don't spare my feelings. Do my lips look voluptuous?
Not that I've noticed.
Dude, look at these suckers. Look at these puppies.
Okay.
Dude, are those some suckers? That's not what I want to say.
I don't know.
Are those some lip puppies or what, buddy?
Why? Did you do something?
No, I'm just looking at them right now.
That's weird that you're looking at them.
Well, it's because it got wet from me drinking, and so it's shining. I'm like, look at those puppies.
But I think that's an interesting story that kind of speaks to the heart of what we're talking about. If a tribe interacts with someone with extremely better technology and things that they've never seen before, and they worship our military as gods because of it, what's the difference between that and another race coming to Earth with technology we've never seen and us worshiping them as gods?
Yeah.
It's like an obvious.
Life is not the amount of breaths you take, but the moments that take your breath away. That's the fucking line I was thinking of.
No, I don't remember.
I just thought of it.
That one.
But you know what I always say is never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. You could have done better with that. If you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away.
Yeah, and then there's that one, I never lie, steal, or whatever, but...
I never lie, cheat, or steal, but... Fuck, I left my cigarettes at the bar. No,
something like that.
I don't curse, I don't drink, and I don't smoke.
There you go.
Oh, fuck, I left my cigarettes at the bar.
Yeah, stuff like that.
McKenna, there she is. Better late than never. No lip jokes. It wasn't.
But what do you think? Do you think
this is a lip reality, bitches?
Given Life is saying that he believes that the Noah's Ark story is a flood that happened after the Atlantis flood.
Whoa!
Multiple floods. I agree.
Whoa!
I just think the story of the Ark itself is an old story. That's been passed down, and that's the story that we're getting here.
Can I show you some videos?
I think that makes more sense than
it's beautiful. I love it. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe. It all sounds so good.
We can agree that there were floods for sure.
100%.
It's too well documented.
And we can agree that human beings were around when these floods happened, and we survived these floods somehow.
Yeah, and if you did, you'd feel like you were chosen. You were kind of right. You might that it would be your responsibility.
McKenna believes it. She's in, baby. She's in.
Yeah.
So Jay, may I show you a couple of vids, my dude?
Sure.
And then we could do a quick Marvel update. Then
How
we'll
cool
get
is the sword of
out of here.
Enoch, though? The whole story behind it, just so the way he represented it being like a flame sword that created fire and all that. That's cool.
Wicked, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the whole thing's dope.
The whole thing is sick, dude. Just the word of God, and then you use it to slay demons. And I love kind of
Check this out.
Is that Harry Styles or
Timothy Chalamet.
okay?
Here we
What
go.
was it? I missed it.
So
Did
this
they
is
say
Timothy
just come and
Chalamet.
wear the weirdest outfit that you have? Or?
So check it out. That's why I want to show you
This
this.
is so stupid.
So
Nobody
this-
dresses like this.
So this is Timothy Chalamet.
They're all playing the
Zendaya.
Tin
This is
Man.
the Dune. This is the Dune premiere.
Okay, so they
Okay.
matched pants.
So what happens is, so what's happening is they are at the premiere for Dune.
Yeah.
And Anya Taylor-Joy, or Timothy Chalamet, wants to say hello to Anya Taylor-Joy.
Right.
So he gives her a
The
quick,
theme was spacewalk.
So he gives her a quick, "Hey there, sweet tits," or I don't know what he called
What?
it. But then he shakes her hand. But here's why I bring this up, Jared.
Okay.
Is Hollywood fucking insane?
Why?
Look at what these human beings are wearing.
That's just dumb.
Zendaya is casually being a fucking robot.
Yeah, that's robot.
Timothy Chalamet is wearing silver
leather pants,
fucking leather pants. That's a
Skin
thing
tight leather
that even existed.
but with just a black, large, oversized T-shirt tucked in.
Austin Butler is trying so hard to look cool and like have a smoldering
He
look.
thinks he's a vampire.
Not only does he think he's a vampire, what was that noise? He still talks like Elvis. He didn't lose the accent.
Oh, he still does it?
Yes, so
I didn't even know he was in it.
I remember when I was doing that movie. Yeah, it was a good time. I remember a lot of people on set were real sweet. You're not from the South.
Yeah.
You're from Hollywood, California, or wherever.
He's
you
from
are
Boston or
Who
something.
cares? Yeah, that'd be great.
He's from South Africa.
Yeah.
He's got like a thick
No, shit.
accent.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Sorry, bro. That was South Africa.
Yeah.
Magic brew.
Yeah, there you go.
Score me a loose brew. Anyway, but
Yeah.
look how fucking insane these people
No,
are.
it's just it's like how much attention can I get?
Exactly. Dude, what the fuck
Yeah.
is Austin Butler wearing?
I want to wear like a wife beater, but with like a long coat,
But he says it like Elvis.
and then Dick Tracy
baby, I
pants
wanna
from the
wear-
30s.
Oh,
This is
what if I would
crazy.
wear just like a Hanes wife beater, but you give me a woman's coat oversized,
Yeah.
and you give me some big
with the
flappy
shoulder
women
pads.
jeans.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and I'll tuck my
Who's
cock
the
right
normal
between my
guy
legs.
in the middle?
It's Stellan Skarsgård.
There you
the
go.
Best.
Yeah, he's like, what are you
Oh,
guys?
young Hollywood is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a normal man who's in every fucking movie. But yeah, so casually being
Holly
fucking
weird, yeah.
insane. So there's that, which is cute, right? God bless
Casually being
America.
Why is she dressed like a priestess?
No
from
one
the ancient
knows why
times?
anyone's dressed like any of these fucking psychotic people.
Yeah.
Zendaya is a robot. So this says
It's like an oracle.
some workers need a raise.
Whoa,
But dude, this shit gets so wild.
that's pretty cool,
Fuck yeah, it is. You better believe it, brother.
dude.
How wicked
Wild.
is that? Yeah.
I guess we could have built the pyramid.
And this guy's just like, what the fuck? But he stitches himself in. Like, yeah, we could have built the pyramid, right? Look at this fucking guy.
Just like maybe we could.
Just like, yep, just doing everything on my own. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Okay.
Yeah.
McKenna says we should do another paranormal episode.
Oh yeah.
Dude, look at this guy. Fucking Electro over there.
Have you seen the guys that work on those huge towers?
I said to George,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
like
guys are
way up in this. Yeah, they make like crazy hazard pay money, so they only
Yeah.
have to work a few months a year.
Dude, the elevators union, they make like
scary.
the most, like the elevator guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys make a lot too.
Yeah,
Like,
that have to climb up all the way up there, and
the higher the risk, the higher
it's
the reward,
scary
baby.
up there. That'd be cool though, dude.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
It's a
Oh,
cool
I don't
view.
know.
I think
Dude,
it'd be
like those 19 fucking like 30s. I guess it's like what, like World War II era, so like 1940s. No, it was earlier, like 1930s, where the guys are sitting in New York, they're like on the skyscrapers and
Yeah.
eating lunch. It's like, oh, that's what you're
That's
doing.
fun. Yeah, where they're on the girders.
Well, because what are they gonna do? Fucking go all the way down and come
No.
back up to eat lunch?
That's
No.
why they brought their
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude.
They're just sitting there. It's like you don't have to be on the edge.
Wouldn't they ride
though.
cranes down and shit like on the girders? And it's just
I think
Crazy.
they swung a rope all the way down. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that's like man
Zip
shit
line that
right there,
shit.
dude. That's hardcore. Like if you're up there,
So hardcore.
built with that technology of the time. Since you brought up the 40s, I have to talk about this now. It just is what it is. There was a hearing again about the UAPs. This was just a few days ago.
UAP up there.
And so the old Arrow guy, Sean Kirkpatrick, he was
He
head
could
of
get his
Arrow.
ass
He's not
kicked.
anymore. He went up and again said that there was no evidence at all of non-human intelligence that was ever provided to the Arrow office. So Ross Coulthard does an interview with a lawyer. This is not just any lawyer. This guy, it's Sheehan. He was the special counsel to Jimmy Carter when Carter looked into the UFO phenomenon. When George Bush didn't give him the files. He asked Bush when he got elected, he goes, I want the files on UFOs. He goes, you don't have a need to know, so I'm not going to give them to you. He said, but...
So he asked Hillary, and
If
he
you could-
said, I can't, but Sheehan.
why Hillary?
I just want to say a name, but
Oh, okay.
Sheehan.
Yeah. So he was the special counsel for Carter.
I'm trying, buddy.
And he tells a great story. So when Carter puts together this special group to look into the UFO phenomenon, he gets elected as special counsel for that. He's a lawyer.
Okay.
And he's given access to the classified Blue Book files.
Oh, those old
No one's
Kelly
ever
Blue
been
Book.
given access to those before.
Nah,
and
unless you download the app.
the person in charge of the whole the whole team told him there's no way they're going to give you access to that. No one gets access to that. And he says, well, we don't know if we don't ask.
Yeah.
And they said yes. He goes to this empty building with a bunch of files in a
Get
basement.
shot in the back of the head.
He has to show 2 forms of ID at the door. 2 forms of ID when he gets down to an empty room with 3 boxes in it.
Okay.
He opens the boxes and he realizes, I don't know how much time I'm going to have down here. And it's all microfiche, right? Filmed with an
what?
old microfiche film.
What's a fucking microfiche?
Where you put them in the machine and it's like, it magnifies it. Like, you know, in the movies where they look through old newspapers on the
I love
microfiche
those,
machines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are those
So
called microfiche?
That's what they're called.
Terrible name, but
right.
that's cool.
So he starts going through those and he's looking for pictures. He's like, I don't know how much time I have. So instead of looking through all and reading through every fucking document, I'm just going to look for photos. He runs through and gets to the 3rd box and he finds pictures. One of the pictures is a saucer buried halfway in the snow. There's photos of the whole crash site. You see how it like tore up the ground as it came
landed,
in, the embankment that it's stuck in, Air Force guys digging it out, and Air Force guys with the old school cameras from like the 40s videotaping it. And there was writing on the top of it that was from a language, not from any language known on Earth.
Okay.
And you can see all this. So he wasn't supposed to be able to take notes. He snuck in a notepad and wrote down and etched all the.
But he wanted it to survive in case there was a flood, so he wrote it in stone.
Yeah. Well, the point of the story is he testified to Arrow. And he's not nobody. This guy, he worked the Watergate scandal, which helped, again, another little thing. So during the Watergate scandal, there were documents that came out that JFK was in talks with Khrushchev about disarmament.
Whoa, relax. That's next week's episode, buddy. Relax.
So then we'll talk about some stuff again about that next week. The point is,
Pump the brakes.
this guy's been involved in major cases like Iran-Contra. He helped bring this forward and get the council or the Congress to do the hearings on Iran-Contra. The guy's been involved in major things. So he's not just any lawyer. He's been in charge and worked for presidents. He testifies to Arrow. I saw these pictures. I'm a firsthand witness of classified documents with photo evidence of non-human craft that we recovered in a recovery program. And by testifying to Congress and saying there is no evidence of this, he lied. So this lawyer called him out just a couple days ago and said he lied to Congress because I testified and I'm a firsthand witness of this documents and I told them where they are and how to get them. And by saying that there was no evidence,
Thankfully, someone
lying.
called him out because clearly he's lying.
As a lawyer, he said,
we have never seen any unhuman.
This is firsthand eyewitness testimony. He goes, this is totally admissible in court.
False. Yeah.
So by saying that you don't have evidence, you're a liar, Kirkpatrick. So he called him out publicly.
Yeah.
You're a liar, and he wants to
that
hold
piece
him to
of
account. He wants there's a executive order that says that you're not allowed to lie to the people when you're in these big public positions.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to lie or sway the opinion of the people. And that's what he's doing. So they want to actually prosecute him now. and they're trying to get enough witnesses together that have testified to Arrow to prosecute Kirkpatrick. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
I love that this is
that
like,
guy is
that they're
fucking
coming after. They're like,
So,
no more bullshit.
We're supposed to have a
getting this.
Marvel Minute coming up, so I guess
Sure.
I'm going to burn through it. But I did want to talk to Katt Williams, Joe Rogan stuff, so I guess let's just do a crash talk about that and put that out.
What about it specifically?
What
did we miss?
There's so much I want to get to.
What did we not talk about? They talked about the flood myths.
There's a lot I want to get to. I don't want to spoil it right now. That's the whole point.
There is something though.
There's
Okay,
a bunch.
sure.
No, there's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
That I even have in the notes.
Yeah.
But so real quick, let's wrap her up. Because you don't want that late text. No, I'm just kidding. Let's wrap her up by doing a little Marvel Minute real quick. How's that sound to you?
Yeah. You got something good?
Always, baby. The fucking... oh, it didn't pop up. Hold on, I got you. Ready, fellas? I got you.
I see it. Up.
There it is, yep. The fucking Marvel Minutes. It's a great logo still.
Yeah.
Holds up. So, my friend, I do want to ask you, in the movie Logan, I don't know why I'm doing it because we're walking, but it felt right.
Okay.
In the movie Logan,
Yeah.
who do you think wrote the in-universe comic books?
No idea. They give us one clue. They say that it's some self-promoting asshole in spandex.
Leotard.
Yeah.
Leotard,
Yeah. So
Deadpool?
maybe.
Because he is also meta. He could talk to...
Yeah, he knows they're in a comic. He knows that they're in a movie. He also is Canadian, and he does a whole Canada thing.
Yep. Thank you, Princess. Sorry, you're so right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could hit that like button, hit subscribe. We should have said that way fucking sooner, but we're
Probably
not
several times.
smart when
Yeah.
it comes to that. Yeah. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. She loves the logo. Awesome. Yeah, if you could share this episode, dude, text it to yourself. I won't tell anyone. Text it to your mom, to your best friend. Text it to everyone. Even just click share, pick a name, and then never send it. Maybe that might work. I don't know if it would beat the system. But send it to yourself. Just like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all that stuff. Thank you so much, guys. But so I say it's Cyclops that wrote those comics.
I could see that because Logan didn't like him.
And he would call him an asshole.
Yeah.
And he probably would be self-promoting.
Especially over losing, what's her name? And
Jean Grey.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of got to be with her and kind of resented for that. He would have these dreams about her in the movie before
Fuck
that.
the Wolverine.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good movie, though.
Yeah, same director. But Logan's just on another level.
Logan's,
spectacular.
amazing. What a great culmination for his character.
Hold on, I got to look it up just because it's such the tits.
Yeah.
That I got to say it right. The Logan Shane quote.
Dude, what a great way, because she kind of had this problem where she didn't talk much.
There's no living with the killing.
But when she sees that,
she didn't talk at all. The
movie,
first half of the movie.
Yeah, when she sees that film, you could tell that moment resonated with her because she was already a killer at that age, and she knew kind of with the comic books what Logan had been through and what his exploits were and how he fought for her kind and was probably her father
She was
genetically.
a fan, yeah.
And a fan of the X-Men, yeah. So she gives him, sweet burial.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to look shit up on the internet? I typed in Logan Shane full quote, Shane movie full quote. What do I got to do to these people? Jesus.
Yeah, because they probably think you're looking up a person named Logan Shane.
There's no Logan Shane that's ever been born.
I would say Logan movie.
That's what I just put. Or Logan Shane movie full quote. Is that not good enough? Oh, Logan's ending. Here we go. Come on, baby. Give us the goods here. Anyway, she says there's no guns in the valley. A brand sticks. There are no more guns in the valley. Oh, it's just that one fucking part. There's no more guns. It just
He was
repeats
the
same
last
part.
X-Man.
He was the last gunslinger.
Yep.
Yeah.
The last of his kind. He lived and he protected them. And so I love that where it's a perfect way to put him to rest.
A man has to be what he is. Can't break the mold. There's
So
no living
good.
with the killing.
Yeah.
There's no going back, right or wrong. It's a brand, and a brand sticks.
Yep.
Now you run home to your mother and tell her everything's all right, and there are no more guns. In the valley.
That tears me up.
It's so fucking
brilliant.
good.
What a good way to...
Her delivery.
Yeah.
You know that
After
line.
all he did to protect her and the other
Yes.
kids.
That's
I
his
love
daughter.
juicing himself up knowing it's the end
It's
for
the
him.
end.
He
Yeah.
wants
He
to
just
die.
overdoses on it, and,
Yeah.
and then he says, "So this is how it feels." Hold on.
That's good. Yeah.
Like this is how it feels to love. This is how it feels to
Yeah.
die. everything. It's so ambiguous. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's
And
so
then she
fucking
takes
good.
the cross and turns it.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Because she is a fan. She's an
Yeah.
X-Men fan.
And then we see the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah.
And there's a fight
And you see
In the trailer.
the truck flipped over.
at the
They're
Logan
fighting at
ending site.
where he was buried.
Right. So why are they there?
And why is he fighting the TVA there?
And he's killing TVA members who recruited him. So he obviously he decides
There's a
that there's
mix-up.
something
Oh, yeah.
going on there that he's not going to be a part of. And
Yep.
he flips. And
Yep.
I can't wait to see what happens in that movie, dude. Like, what's the story there? What makes him turn against the people that brought him in? Like, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh hell
I'm
yeah.
excited for that.
Oh dude, I can't wait for the fucking movie. Oh, it's
And we know how easy it is for him to be like, oh, never mind, I'm going to kill you
Yep,
guys now.
yep. Oh, yeah.
Like, even in the last Deadpool where he shows up to save the kid,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like the look of that one guy.
Yeah.
He just blows his head
Dude,
off.
it's the best.
What?
Yeah.
He was hurting him. He was
Yeah,
hurting
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
kids. He didn't deserve to live. That's it.
What did he call him? Jared Kushner or something? It was
He
great.
did, yeah. Stay there, Jared Kushner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. That movie's just great. But so dude, there's been some updates. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did we do the Marvel Minute?
Yeah,
No,
you
we
did.
Yeah, okay, of course. So there's been some updates with some of the films. Okay. So Deadpool, there's actually been some reshoots. I don't think this is a bad thing though. I think Ryan Reynolds probably came up with some more good ideas, or Feige did, or someone.
It's gonna
let's
be
throw
great.
more shit in.
It's not
They
making it
realized
worse.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think they're reshooting because they fucked up
Nope.
and they're fixing. I think they have more ideas.
They're
like,
adding because
let's
of the changes they're making. Yeah.
Famke Jensen just said she'll return. Let's fucking throw her in there. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're doing it right. I think.
Cool.
So, but
I'm so happy about that.
they did just have a little retreat and sort of changed everything that they had
Yeah.
their plans.
There's a lot of
because there was shit that was
changes
supposed to
coming.
happen that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Movies this year
Weird
were coming out.
shows and
Logan,
movies and-
Deadpool and Logan, Deadpool and Wolverine, Westworld. Deadpool 3 is the only movie coming out this year.
Yeah.
Only MCU movie coming out this year. We have Echo and the Coven of Chaos, whatever the fuck they landed
They've
on.
changed the name so many
Agatha,
times.
Darkhold
Harkness,
Diaries,
House of
Harkness, Coven of Chaos. Who fucking knows what it's called? But that show's coming out. That's the only stuff coming out this year.
I
But
wonder how
check
she
this
gets
out.
out from under that spell.
I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care
they don't
about
need a
that
show
fucking
about
show.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird to make a show about
Agatha
that.
all along.
Nothing
Who
more
cares?
to say about
That's
her.
it. That's her
She
character.
played her part.
Yep. Thanks.
You helped get the Scarlet Witch out.
That's it.
That's what we needed
That's
you
it.
for. Yeah.
Yes. Let's go more of Domino and Deadpool.
Domino's such a great character.
That's not even cinematic. How do you show that?
kills-
So
yeah,
good.
they show it
so good.
perfectly.
But so check it out. So Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out.
Reshooting. Yeah.
Yep. Now it's set for Valentine's Day 2025.
They changed the whole movie.
It was supposed to come out around the same time as Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
The entire script has been
They
changed.
better hurry, man. Harrison Ford, he's getting older. You gotta
I know you gotta fucking
let's get this done. I want him in there. Like
because you waited too long and now
great recast.
fucking what's
yeah,
his
the other
name's
guy
dead.
died.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose this one too.
William Hurt.
Yeah.
So shit.
We might need him for Secret Wars. You got a few years here. Let's get it
you know
done.
what I was thinking about? You know what sucks? Like, what about when Robert De Niro dies? What about when fucking Christopher Walken dies?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, Ray Liotta already was like such a hit for me. Like that
Yeah.
hurt. That hurt. That stung. I felt that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Captain America: Brave New World. So been pushed back. They rewrote the whole fucking movie basically, and it's gone through a lot of changes. They're reshooting everything. They're basically redoing the movie.
Anything on Blade?
I got you. Yeah.
Okay,
so then next is Thunderbolts, also pushed back from 2024 to 2024.
Yeah,
2025.
Don't you have to have the Captain America movie first to even get to Thunderbolts?
no,
'Cause
yeah,
Ross
yeah.
is introduced there
Yeah.
as a major,
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's exactly.
as the president.
He's the president.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. Not the Secretary of Defense or whatever. It
Yeah.
was.
Right in my backswing.
yeah.
Had a heart attack. Ugh.
Perspective. Yeah.
then,
So good.
he
But no, I
died.
love when Vision comes in.
Yeah.
And I know, right? He's like, when Vision comes in, he's like, oh, but you wanted me to tell you if somebody's here. Mr. Stark is here, and he's with the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
But now he'll be with
The president.
the President
Yeah.
of the United States. Yeah. Tony Stark.
I like
such
to
a
watch
bitch
the
in that
light
movie.
blink.
Yeah.
I love that.
So Thunderbolts also pushed back 2024 to 2025. This movie actually sounds pretty dope. Can I tell you the premise? It sounds really good.
Yeah.
So the premise is they send what's his name, Harrison Ford's character, send the Thunderbolts team on a mission, but it's like a suicide mission basically.
Okay. So they're like the Suicide
like, what
Squad.
are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
Exactly.
The worst fucking line in any film ever.
Yeah.
What are we, some kind of title of this movie or something?
Yeah.
So fucking dumb. But what is this? Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice? It's the fucking dumbest.
That'd be
thing.
great if when she showed up, that's what they say.
What is this? Batman vs Superman?
She with
but
you?
The Dawn of Justice?
thought she was with you.
Why did you think
What
that?
is this, Batman
you
versus Superman?
invited her.
Dawn of Justice.
What do you mean? You're the one who spoke to Diana. Why
that was
would
a
you
weird
think she's with
question.
Kal-El? Why
Yeah.
do you think she's with Superman, you dumb motherfucker?
Yeah, you guys
What
have
are
like
you
hung
talking
out
about?
several times and
what
had
are you
conversations.
I thought she was with you. They've never met. You know that. You two have met.
Yeah,
the
you
fuck
saw
are
the
you
files
talking
on
about?
her from
Yeah,
like the 20s.
What are you saying? I thought she was with you. Why?
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
Oh,
Anyway.
it was like 1913 or something.
So Thunderbolts, a lot of reshoots. Oh, here's the idea. So they go on the Suicide Squad, and they realize it's a
To fight
suicide
who?
mission.
We don't know.
They said something, but it's speculation. I don't want to know if you want.
Okay.
To know. But so they go on the suicide mission, and they realize it's a suicide mission. So
Okay.
they're like, fuck this. Let's help each other and make sure we get out of here alive.
Yeah.
So now
So that's cool. So that's going to be the new
John Walker with Winter
exactly.
Soldier with Yelena Belova with
Yeah.
Taskmaster all fucking helping each other.
Oh, that'll be
It might be
cool.
dope as shit. Actually.
Taskmaster's a part of it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good group. That's like
Oh, Ghost.
Avengers.
Ghost is in it from.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's Avengers level powers
Straight up
there.
for
Yeah.
bad guys. Yeah. It's bad Avengers, dude. And then Blade, my friend.
Yeah. Finally.
Set for November 7th, 2025.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's not far.
Let's hope that happens. It might never come out because there's been so many changes. Mahershala Ali has stuck around, thankfully. Through
Yeah,
all this,
'cause
through
eventually
thick
you're gonna
and
lose your
thin.
actors.
Yep. But reportedly, Mahershala Ali likes this new version of the script, and
Cool.
so yeah, this is the way they're going. And it's rumored to be it's going to be rated R,
Okay.
which
there
is
you go.
fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And guess who the main villain is going to be? Lilith.
Oh, cool.
Sickness.
Yeah,
huh?
that is cool.
And then Avengers 5.
So no crossover with Morbius or the Sonyverse here at all, I guess? Okay.
These are all the things that are confirmed.
Okay.
So there's some stuff that's in the works that isn't
Spider-Man
confirmed.
stuff. I've heard there's some Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
rumors
4
that they're
news,
going to have
yeah.
like all the
None
Spider-Man
of that's
together.
confirmed yet, though, so I didn't want to throw that
Yeah.
in here. Yeah. This is all confirmed details.
Cool.
And then Avengers 5 set for May 1st, 2026.
Yeah.
And then Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027.
Cool.
I know. I'm fucking stoked, dude.
So it's definitely a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Good.
Well, it's
As it should be.
It's not a two-parter. It's Avengers 5, Kang Dynasty, or whatever they're going to call it now. And then Secret Wars is Avengers.
I think it's like Infinity War Endgame though, right? Where they connect.
I don't think it's going to be as connective as Infinity War Endgame.
It's 1 year apart, just like those two. It's-
I know it is, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as connective. I think it's going to be Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars.
It
Like,
has to
those
be Empire
storylines.
Strikes Back Jedi. It has to be. I think it's going to be a two-parter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But what was that Rodney Dangerfield thing you were telling me about? Do you remember that?
There was that. I was in that interview. That comedian said that he talked to his wife, but I can't remember. It's something like he had surgery right before he died,
Yeah.
and he woke up from the surgery, and he's like, someone asked him like, "Are you good? Are you out of anything?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm out 500 from that whore the other night," or something like that. The first thing he says when he wakes up, like, he
Comes
can't
to-
help himself. He
yeah.
just is hit after hit after hit after hit.
One of Howard Stern's idols, right? He was on there.
Yeah. Howard Stern was like looked up to him, and what's the other guy?
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
That's what I wanted.
Those
to
were
talk
his
about.
heroes. Yeah,
I know. Don Rickles. I saw this funny clip where he's it's like this award show.
Yeah.
and he's like sort of roasting everybody, and he gets to Julia Roberts. He's like Julia Roberts. She lives on the same street as I do. This one, and she's like, he's like, have I ever gotten a visit? Not once, not once.
That's right.
Yeah, and then you hear her like scream. She's like,
Yeah.
he's like, and she lives 1 block away, and she's like, less than a block away. He's like, oh no, sweetheart, you don't speak. You have no speaking lines. Just look pretty. Sit there and look pretty.
he's the roast
good,
master,
bro.
dude.
He's the best. He is. The
And
roast
nobody
master.
gets offended by him because
It's just
that's
good.
That's his
and
thing.
It's if
That's
it was
his bit.
shitty jokes, dude, like that one.
No, he's too funny.
He's too good. That's why you
Yeah.
don't get offended. Like when he's doing crowd work and he's like, "Sir, are you Jewish? Either that or you're an eagle."
Yeah, I
like,
remember
dude,
that one,
That's
yeah.
just good. so you can't get offended because it's just so clever.
He's in Dirty Work as the movie theater manager, and he's just roasting the whole theater cast or team before they go in.
What does he say? Sweat marbles.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at you. You're so fat. Yeah, when you sweat, marbles roll off your ass. You think that's funny, fat boy? He like gets in his face.
Dude, that's one of the greatest movies ever that gets no play.
Dude, no one talks about Dirty Work. That is one of the best comedic films of all time.
It's a Happy Madison movie. Even what's the name?
For
plays
sure.
Satan in
Dude,
it, right?
all the Adam Sandler people are in it.
That's right. The Chris
villain?
Farley's in it, dude.
Yeah, dude. He plays come on, the guy at the bar. Can I stay at your place? Well, see, the thing is this.
Yeah. He's like, anything you need.
Yeah,
anything at all. You just ask.
Can I stay at your place?
You see, the thing is this.
I got this roommate, old Jack, I call.
His knees bleed.
His
He's
knees.
like, okay, I don't want to stay at
He's
your
like,
house.
his feet bleed. You know, sometimes I catch him staring at me, sleeping.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to stay at your place. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, that's good.
So good. But
Just got his knee drained last week. He keeps going.
That was the neat thing.
Yeah.
His feet bleed. Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to stay at your place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Work, great movie.
Point taken, Mitch.
Yes.
Point taken.
Yeah.
And then you've got Howard Stern's old partner, Artie Lang,
Artie's in it,
as the star, as the second lead. He's so genius,
great.
comedically. Yeah.
He's great.
Oh, the dad, the old guy
dad's
that's in
good.
every Happy Madison movie. From
Is he in?
He used to show up in a lot of those comedic films. He was great.
Dude, Chris Farley's so good in this.
Yeah,
Me
that's
and
when
her
I started
got
working
it on. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
no, we didn't. You can imagine if we had.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot, Mrs. Whatever. Yeah. Me and her got it on. No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. You can imagine we did.
Yeah.
So good.
I was watching those old updates.
Weekend update.
with Norm Macdonald. Yeah,
the best.
And it just every freaking one of them, dude. And it was one of these videos where it got progressively more like hardcore as they went.
Yeah.
But just dude, he was such a genius. I can't believe he's dead. But he's the star of Dirty Work. Yeah,
You told me
check
that
movie out.
You told me one just the other day. It was because she's a whore. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the Madonna one. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Do you remember?
The news is something about JFK. He's like Madonna covered JFK with peanut butter and licked it all off of him, which proves one thing: Madonna's a whore. That's all it is. Yeah,
good.
He would just do those jokes.
Yeah, I told you that Conan O'Brien, which that thing you have to watch after Norm Macdonald's last special that he filmed just in his house because he was dying and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
After there's this great tribute with all these great actors.
Of course.
Oh man, you gotta watch it. But he's like Conan O'Brien, who worked on SNL for years. He's like, if something doesn't work during dress rehearsal,
that's
it's not
their
gonna work
thing.
live. It's not gonna work live,
Yeah.
and we know it. It's proven, guaranteed.
That's their thing.
But he's like, but Norm would do the weekend update. He'd make a joke, and it would fall flat.
Yeah.
But if he liked it, like he would
keep it in. Well, he does the thing where he keeps like adding on, and he'll be like, and then like after the laughter, and then he'll like keep it going even worse, and it's even more of a dig. Then he gets even worse with it. It's like he's a unique guy.
So good.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, that's the show, guys. We went a little bit over, but hey, we had fun here. From Jah Resurrected.
Thanks, everybody. This is a lot of fun topics today, so let us know what you liked and what you think about the Noah's Ark theory. What do you think about the solar eclipse theories? Some weird stuff there. Go look into that if you like that stuff. Like and subscribe and let us know what do you want to talk about. McKenna says paranormal stuff.
Yeah, we can do paranormal.
We're getting there.
Let us know. Always comment and let us know.
Comment, let us know.
Yeah. Oh, that was you? Yeah, so, please do that. Let us know what you guys want to see because we want to provide the goods for you. So we want you to see the best stuff. So let us know, whatever you guys want to see.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We appreciate the heck out of you. You're the bees knees of the cat's pajamas. We will see you Tuesday for another Epsom salt. And then we got some more stuff coming in the interim. So love you, Princess. D Livewire, giving life.
Yeah.
All of you guys
Giving
rock.
life. Thanks to you. Today, man, you were all over the
I
chat.
know.
He was involved in every part of the conversation.
Straight up. And we were reading it. We were reading it, brother. We didn't leave it.
Oh, he was talking to other people in there. Like they were all having side tangents. It was fun, yeah.
It was super solid. But you guys rock. We love you so much. And we'll see you on that flip-flop. Laters. Jared, that's for next week's episode. Shh. All right, for whoever's still watching this, for next week's episode, it's going to be about an alternate timeline.